Team Physical Therapy, and Agland ATV. Special thanks to all of those sponsors bringing you our radio coverage of tonight's wrestling matches. As we mentioned, we're going to be live video streaming our matches tonight as well. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll give you all of that information and set that up for you as we continue from here in Ansley after these words.
To all the area teams from Howard Hay Company, H&H Hay Moving, and Baco Brothers, a trio of names dedicated to providing you exceptional service and equipment. Custom hay and corn grinding, full-service auto and truck repair, plus mounted tub grinders and other equipment. By sponsoring high school sports on the radio, they're saying thank you, Central Nebraska. Howard Hay Company, H&H Hay Moving, and Baco Brothers, dedicated to the producers of Central Nebraska.
Muddy Creek Ag supports the Ansley Litchfield Spartans. Pete, Ryan, Trey, and Brandy are your suppliers of all feed and seed products, Traeger grills, and seasonings as well. They also have new and used seed tenders and are proud to be channel seedmen. Good luck, Spartans, from Muddy Creek Ag. Call them at 308-935-1155. The same people with the same great products on Highway 2 in Ansley, America.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loop Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters, whose members include Burwell Pharmacy, Kettleboro Trucking, John and Brenda Kettleboro, Sargent Chamber of Commerce, Taylor Storage, Grint Farm Supply, Barron Ranch Incorporated, Agland ATV, Diamond Ring Ranch, Trotters Woe & Go and Sargent, Central Nebraska Electric Incorporated, Burwell Dental Clinic PC, and Orville's Repair, Orville and Kelly Vincent. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loop Boosters.
Santa has nothing on Lines Appliance when it comes to televisions. They carry Samsung TVs from 32 inches all the way up to 85. And of course, sporting a clear, precise picture. A TV would be a perfect gift to give someone on your list or yourself this year. Smart TVs allow you to watch high school sports, stream movies and shows, and watch local television all in one. Brent and his crew offer delivery and installation too, so you'll be up and running in no time. Call or stop in to Lines Appliance in Broken Bow, one of the many stores locally that want to find what you're searching for this holiday season.
BD would love for you to be a part of their great team. They offer competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply online at bd.com/careers. BD loves supporting youth sports and the bright student athletes who work hard to compete in every contest. Remember bd.com/careers to start your journey to being a part of their great team.
First State Bank is proud to be a member of the community. It's their commitment to the people of the region to offer professional banking services as well as personal attention for every customer. That commitment carries on to supporting the area youth as they compete towards a victory in sports. Good work both in academics and in sports from First State Bank of Mullen. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And again, we bring you back to Ansley High School, getting closer to the start of our wrestling action for you tonight. This special quad with Ansley, Litchfield, Mullen, Twin Loop, and Overton here for you in the month of December. Well, before we went to our first break, we told you that we're going to be providing you with a live video stream of tonight's matches. A big thanks to Jeremy Scheip, who is with us. He'll be running the video portion of our coverage here for you tonight. And we want to thank these businesses who are helping with that tonight. And they include the Twin Loop Booster Club, BD Broken Bow, First State Bank of Mullen, Sargent Irrigation, Duda Plumbing, Ollie's Coffee Shop and Gifts in Sargent, Sand Hills Golf Club, Power Solutions, Coco's Palace for Pampered Pets, as well as Grocery Cart, Mead Lumber, Agland ATV, Palmer Monument, Geared for Sports, Lines Appliance, Insurance of the Heartland, Viera Wireless, and Sand Hills Physical Therapy. Special thanks to all of them for bringing you special live video streaming of tonight's matches. And to access our video stream tonight, there's all kinds of different ways you can do it. We're on all of our media platforms with the coverage tonight. You can go to our Facebook page at Sand Hills Express and check us out there. Also, you can access it on the website by going to sandhillsexpress.com, and we'll be on the KCNI and KBBN YouTube and Twitter feeds as well. So a lot of ways you can take in the wrestling action here tonight. We're going to step away, take one more break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Kurt Crowley. He'll be helping us call the action for you tonight. We'll get his thoughts and kind of set up for you the way things will run tonight as we continue with more high school sports coverage on KBBN Radio.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
Forgetfulness. It jumps up and bites all of us at one time or another, but you simply cannot forget to get your septic tank pumped. Due to Plumbing wants to remind you to get it done at least every 2 years. Give Scott a call and get on the schedule so you can put the remembering part to him. 872-3402. Due to Plumbing is proud to support Central Nebraska wrestlers who are hard workers every time they take the mat. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by Due to Plumbing.
The new Ollie's Coffee Shop and Boutique in Sargent is a lot of things all under one roof. You can go shop, sip coffee, enjoy a smoothie or tea, read, play games, and let the kids play. Right now until Christmas, when you purchase a gift certificate for any amount over $30, you get any coffee house beverage for yourself for free. Give a gift, receive a gift. You can't beat that. Have a private party you want to have? Ollie's will host you and your friends for 2 hours of private shopping at buy one, get one half off. Plus, snacks and beverages are provided for just $5 a person at Ollie's Coffee Shop and Boutique in Sargent.
For most of the year at Downey Drilling in Kearney, Lexington, and Garden City, it's water wells and irrigating. But at this time of year, it's more about appreciation and goodwill. The entire team at Downey Drilling want you to know how much they appreciate you, your loyalty, and your friendship. Their wish is that you and your family experience peace and joy on this, the anniversary of the birth of Christ the King. And may your new year be filled with blessings, joy, and prosperity. Thank you for your friendship, and a very Merry Christmas season and a Happy New Year from Downey Drilling.
Exciting news! Livia's Boutique in Ansley is open every single day until Christmas. They're ready to help you complete your list. For those hard-to-buy-for men, they have Wrangler and Cinch clothing. Stuff the stockings for the kids with Livia's fun stocking stuffer ideas. How about the gift that fits everyone, a gift certificate? Watch Livia's Boutique Facebook page for special sales each day. Open Monday to Friday 10 to 5, Saturday 10 to 4, and Sunday noon to 4. Livia's Boutique on Main Street in Ansley.
Since our bank was founded in 1905, we have been the community bank that's part of your community. Whether it's Friday night at the football game or volunteering at the local celebration, at Town & Country Bank, building relationships is what matters. That's why we gladly support the towns in which we live and work. This is Heather at Town & Country Bank, and I invite you to stop in today and let us show you how banking should be. Town & Country Bank, relationships you can bank on.
Relationships matter. Town & Country Bank.
Member FDIC.
And again, we welcome you back to Ansley, Nebraska. Brent Apperson back with you. We'll kind of set up the way things are going to go tonight. We had something unexpected occur earlier this week, and that was Nebraska football's playing tonight. And as many of you know, KBBN 95.3 FM is a affiliate of the Husker Sports Network and brings all of the Husker football games to you live on the radio. So here's the way we're going to work things tonight. We're going to have wrestling coverage right up until the start of the football game. We've got Dave Burney and Jeff Bailey helping us back at the studio. So when they feel led, I guess is the best way to put it, they'll be kind of transitioning out of our wrestling coverage and bringing you the Nebraska football coverage as the Huskers take on Rutgers. So we'll have a good hour and a half or so of wrestling coverage here for you on the radio. But the one thing that we want to stress is we're going to stay with you all night long for all of the matches on our live video stream. So we want to stress that. We'll continue to try to do that throughout the night as people are tuning in and out to our coverage here tonight. So we'll be live on the video stream for all of the matches tonight. And again, you can access that on all of our media platforms, including our Facebook page at Sandhills Express, sandhillsexpress.com, and also our YouTube and Twitter pages as well. So we've got you covered. We'll be on the radio until we have to break away for Husker football, but we'll be with you all night long with our video streaming, and we'll continue to call the matches for you on the video stream as well, because we've got one of the best in the business who's going to do it for us tonight, and that's Kurt Crowley, who joins us on the broadcast at this time. Coach, hello, and welcome to Ansley.
Hey, this ought to be a fun evening. We'll get to see several area wrestling teams, and it's always good to work with you, Brent.
Well, yeah, great working with you too, partner, and looking forward to tonight. We were kind of looking at something that we could add to our schedule this season that would allow us to get some of our area wrestlers on the air before we get way into February, into conference and districts and state. And this is one that just jumped out at us. You got Twin Loup here, Ansley Litchfield is here, Mullen is here, and then Overton will join them. So an opportunity for us to see some of our area wrestlers early in the season.
Yeah, we've always been able to see them later on, but I'm excited to see how things are going here for these teams early. And I think we'll see that a lot of good wrestling tonight. As we kind of looked at some of these teams, we know that Ansley Litchfield and Twin Loup had wrestled in a close duel. A Twin Loup, they come in, won their own invite. Mullen comes in here, they won their own invite. So those area teams have done well early, and expect to continue that tonight.
Yeah, should have some good matches on the air for you, and we look forward to bringing them to you. Let's talk a little bit about how they're going to run things tonight, Kirk. We're going to have a quad going on, but we're going to work on one mat, and we're going to kind of bounce back and forth between duels, in a sense, as we go through the weight classes tonight.
Yeah, my understanding is we've got one mat. We're going to run both duels simultaneously. So actually what that'll do will help. Wrestlers have to have a 45-minute rest period between their matches. Regardless of the length of the match, you have to have a break for 45 minutes. Well, if you just have two mats going in your duels, then you're probably going to have to take a 20-minute break if you don't have good matchups and things such as that. So tonight, I believe we're going to start at 132 pounds, looking at the order of the wrestling, and we'll have Ansley Litchfield versus Overton. They'll be the first match on, and then at 132 pounds, as soon as that match is done, the Mullen 132s will come out against Twin Loop's 132-pounder. They'll wrestle, and we'll just alternate matches in weight classes as we go. Now, obviously, you're going to have a few matches there that don't exist because guys don't match up, or maybe there's no 145-pounder or whatever.
So the way I'm looking at it is I'm going to call it, basically we got 3 rounds tonight. Round 1, you're going to have Ansley Litchfield and Overton in one duel, and then Mullen and Twin Loup in the other. In the next set, you'll have Ansley Litchfield against Twin Loup, and then Overton and Mullen, and then we'll conclude with Ansley Litchfield and Mullen and Twin Loup and Overton. That's all coming up.
Is located in Mullen and open Monday through Friday from 9 until 4:30 to be of service to you. You can reach them at 546-2213 with your questions or for seeking an appointment. They always look forward to new ways to support the community, and by sponsoring this broadcast, they are doing just that. Call Sandhills Family Medicine, Steve and Margaret Boyer, at 546-2213. Sandhills Family Medicine, bringing you this broadcast of high school sports and wishing the Mullen Broncos good luck.
Power Solutions in Broken Bow is your local Vermeer dealer. With Vermeer equipment, you're getting more than a machine. You're investing in quality parts, local service, and support from your Vermeer dealer. Also remember, if you have a pickup, truck, tractor, or any diesel-powered engine not working to your standards, Power Solutions can get it running strong, whether it's shop service or field service repair. Sales, service, and new equipment on hand. Power Solutions, your local Vermeer dealer and sponsors of this sports broadcast.
Coco's Palace for Pampered Pets is a proud supporter of the Mullen Broncos and this broadcast. Coco's Palace has the grooming experience you desire when you want your pet looking their best. Also offering doggy daycare and boarding as well. Coco's Palace is your one-stop for everything your dog needs. Call Cindy Pearman today at 546-7303 and ask about what Coco's Palace for Pampered Pets can do for you. Good luck, Broncos, from Coco's Palace.
And again, we welcome you back to Ansley. We are just about ready to go with wrestling action. As we mentioned, our first two duels that we'll be watching here tonight, Ansley Litchfield against Overton, and then Mullen will take on Twin Loup. And as Kirk mentioned, we'll kind of have both duels in a sense going on at the same time. We'll start, I believe, at 132 pounds, so you'll have the 132-pound match between Ansley Litchfield and Overton. Then we'll go to Mullen and Twin Loup, and we'll just alternate back and forth as we go through the weight classes here for you tonight. Kirk, your quick thoughts as we get ready for some of the action tonight. You talked about the success that some of the teams and wrestlers have had coming in, and I was looking at some of the preseason ratings that were put out by AnyWrestle.com, and you've got some kids who are ranked in the top 2 in the preseason of their weight class that, we'll see if we get to see them wrestle tonight, just depending on how things work up, as far as matchups and things are concerned. But there's some real quality wrestlers that are represented here tonight for sure.
Yeah, on the team side, it's basically going to come down to, as you said, the matchups and how that matches up, who wrestles who. But, when you look at our area teams, Ansley Litchfield, they've got several guys that have state tournament experience. Cooper Slingsby, Chase Rosicki, those two guys are state qualifiers. Hunter Earhart, 4th at 170 last year. Colby Larson, 4th last year at 182. So, there's guys right there that have had state tournament experience. When you jump into Mullen, Mullen comes back. They were second team-wise. Ansley Litchfield last year was 5th in Class D. Mullen with Eli Paxton was second-place finisher. Durfee, a state qualifier, and Denayer, also a state qualifier. And Twin Loup, who finished 7th last year. Nolan Osborne, 5th in the state last year. Ethan Kipp was a state qualifier, as well as Archer Grint. So those three teams have good quality people coming back, and again, it depends on the matchup. Overton, they've got a few guys not in the lineup. They're a little thinner, so they'll have a tough time team-wise keeping up with some of these people.
Yeah. And we'll try to do the best we can as we try to keep up with things that are occurring here tonight. When you get weights and things that are open and you get walkovers and you quickly advance to the next match, sometimes it can be a little difficult to stay on track of everything, but we'll try to do the best that we can. All right, Overton wrestler and Ansley Litchfield wrestler getting to come out on the mat as we get things started here tonight. Again, our opening duels will feature Ansley Litchfield against Overton and Mullen against Twin Loup. We have our first match out on the mat, and they are underway. And we will turn it over to Kirk Crowley as we call the opening match of the night for you here this evening.
Okay, here we go. We're just underway. Dylan Stark, I believe it is. Yes, he is wrestling for Ansley Litchfield. Dominic Kyle for Overton. These guys are just stepping out on the mat. 132-pounders. We're underway. This is the first match of the evening. Wrestlers are tied up ear to ear. Dylan shoots down on a single leg. He's right along the edge of the mat, trying to get a trip on that. Goes down to his knees. There's the whizzer by Kyle of Overton. He's got a deep whizzer in along the edge, comes up to his feet, faces out, and avoids the takedown. So a lot of action, no scoring here. Your official tonight, Terry Pfeiffer out of Amherst. Oh, nice ankle pick there by Kyle. He picks the ankle of Stark, comes around, gets his 2-point takedown, and he'll take the 2-0 lead. Taking a look here, the Ansley wrestler up to his feet. And now you have a warning stalling on Kyle. Dominic Kyle warned for stalling here. Again, you have a 2-0 lead. I'm taking a look at the scoreboard. That they've got the scoreboard opposite of what I'm looking at here in my other spot, so we'll just keep track of it. Overton leading 2-0. Now at the tight waist, flattens the Ansley wrestler down. Dylan trying to build back up, and he gets back up to his base. Rolls through on a situation, almost steps over that. Not quite able to bump Kyle off his base. Kyle keeps control. He stays on top. Kyle now breaks Dylan back down. Dominic Kyle with the 2-0 lead, and that's the end of the first period. The Overton wrestler at 132 pounds here in our first match of the evening leads the match 2-0. So we have a defer on the choice. Dylan Stark looks over. He's going to take the down position. Trailing 2-0. Stark goes to the bottom position for Ansley Litchfield. He gets himself set. And here we go. Looked like Kyle almost had locked hands. Coach Mr. Pfeiffer looked in close, didn't call it. Powered in a half. The Ansley Litchfield wrestler able to switch out of that. Gets himself back to his base. Stark now trying to get back to his base. There's the right hand half. That looks like a full Nelson. No, he's got the wrist. That's pretty close to a full there by Kyle. Not quite touching. Kyle again aggressive on top for the Overton team. Trying to run a wing now. Has a wing in. Trying to step on over. Ansley's Dylan Stark trying to stay off his side here. Hasn't given up any back points, now he is. So Dominic Kyle of Overton scoring back points here. He has a 2-0 lead in this match. And he's going to have a 5-0 lead. Stark able to get out of it, but there comes the 3 points. So Dominic Kyle of Overton now with a 5-0 lead. As we're winding the clock down here, we're under a minute. There's that left-hand half by Kyle. He's trying to force things over right in the middle of the mat. Stark tries to roll through. He's able to get on through the situation. Doesn't give it up any back points. The Ansley Litchfield wrestler Dylan Stark trailing 5-0. Stark trying to get his head up off the mat. Dominic Kyle of Overton with the right-hand half. Now hops back over to the other side. Stark flattens out. Stark working hard to try to get back to his base. Just can't quite get there. Wrestlers are right on the edge of the 10-foot circle. 15 seconds to go here in this second period. Dominic Kyle of Overton leads things with a takedown and a 3-point near fall here in the second period. Left hand half in deep. Kyle trying to force it over. Stark trying to stay off, trying to roll through, and Kyle catches him halfway through. And that's the end of the period. 2-point near fall. Dominic Kyle with a 2-point near fall takes a 7-0 lead.
Kyle appears to be a kid that does well controlling things on top.
Yeah, he does, and he knows where he's at too, because he had choice here, and he takes that top position, Brent. And he's got a 7-0 lead, no need to go down. But you're right, he has been pretty tough on top. There's the whistle. Stark trying to work himself up off the bottom. He's able to get to his feet. We'll see if he can score, and he does. Dylan Stark of Ansley Litchfield gets that 1-point escape. It's a 7-1 lead now. Kyle, the aggressor, controlling the right arm of Stark. Stark trying to shoot in, but he doesn't get any penetration. Kyle snaps the head, comes around, gets his 2, takes a 9-1 lead. Now working on backs. And there comes that left-hand half. We've seen that a lot during this match. Trying to force Stark over. You've got that 9-1 lead, so he has a major decision right now, but he's got Stark on his back, and that half is getting tight and tighter. This is going to be pretty tough for Dylan to survive in this spot. And there it is, the fall here in the third period. Minute 14 remaining in the match. Your winner by fall, Dominic Kyle of Overton.
So that'll put Overton in the lead in the duel by a score of 6-0. We'll go to our next duel, Mullen and Twin Loup. They'll be coming out on the mat after this.
Hills Golf Club is a proud supporter of this radio broadcast and salutes every second of hard work that these players put into preparing for each game. Sand Hills Golf Club is home to a one-of-a-kind golfing experience in North America, featuring the beautiful Sand Hills, a quiet atmosphere, and a challenging yet enjoyable course. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by the Sand Hills Golf Club, proud supporters of Central Nebraska High School sports action.
This is Barb Hansen of Nebraska State Bank. If there's anything that 2020 has taught us, it's that we should be thankful for the simple things in life. A safe home, a healthy family, and the support of a caring community. I urge you all to take a minute to think about the good things in your life and to start 2021 off with a grateful mindset. On behalf of the entire Nebraska State Bank family, we wish you and your loved ones a very happy holiday season. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
And we come back to Ansley High School, getting ready to go with our next match of the evening. As we go to the duel now between Mullen and Twin Loup, the wrestlers coming to report to the table. And they will be going out to the mat here in just a moment. Again, in our opening match of the evening, Overton gets the win in the opening match of their duel against Ansley Litchfield to take a lead of 6-0 in that duel. Now we've got our first match of Twin Loup versus Mullen. They're out on the mat at 132 pounds. And again, here's Kirk.
Yeah, just underway here at 132 pounds. Mullen's Kyle Durfee out on the mat. Kyle, a state qualifier last year. He gets the takedown. And his opponent again, Garrett Keith of Twin Loup. Durfee cuts him loose. So it's a 2-1 score. We're back on our feet. 1:38 to go here in the first period. Kyle Durfee, state qualifier last year for the Broncos. Durfee with that black singlet with the gold trim. Shooting in on the single leg, not able to get it. Garrett Keith wearing the maroon and white of Twin Loup with that white wolf on the back. There's that little sweep single again by Durfee. He brings it up, high elevation, trying to catch up to the leg. Keith tries to face out, not able to do so, and there's another 2-point takedown. Kyle Durfee of Mullen with the 4-1 lead as he has 2 takedowns, Keith with the 1 escape. Wrestlers right along the edge of the mat. Durfee in that top position. Mr. McCune calls him out. We'll come back to center. Garrett Keith of Twin Loup will be in the bottom position. He gets himself set. Durfee of Mullen mounts up, and here we go. Keith trying to get up to his feet. Oh, little roll through there. Durfee trying to catch him, a little cheap tilt there, not quite able to get it. Cross faces. Has barbed wire steps. Tries to step through on a Turk. Tries to turn the hips, and now he just goes with a corkscrew. And Durfee's got Keith on his back with that corkscrew, trying to wind it up. Now he cinches it up even tighter. We got 30 seconds to go here. Keith is doing a good job of trying to fight through this. Durfee putting a lot of pressure on. We're getting a count. There's no points awarded yet. There's 3 points earned, but it's going to be pretty tough. We'll see if Keith can survive this last 15 seconds. And he's unable to do so. So with 15 seconds to go in the first period, your winner by fall for the Mullen Broncos, Kyle Durfee.
And that'll give Mullen 6 points in the duel, so Mullen leads 6-0 in the duel against Twin Loup. Again, Overton took the early lead over Ansley Litchfield in the opening match there. They got 6 points on a fall. So it's 6-0 the score in both of our duels. We'll go to our next weight class as Ansley Litchfield and Overton will come out on the mat right after this short break.
Don't want to stress about making it? The Grocery Cart Deli has your back. Give us a call at 872-2206. Meat and cheese trays are always a good go-to. Pick up your rack of pork ribs or a famous Chester's fried chicken and chicken strip boxes or meals. Need a cake? We can decorate it how you like. Don't stress about figuring out what dish you whip up. Ask for the help from the GK Deli. 872-2206 inside the Grocery Cart, Broken Bow.
At Trotter Service, every oil change comes with a multi-point inspection. As a Tire Pro store, they bring customers only the best brands of wheels and tires at the best prices anywhere, and have computer balancing and alignment too. They service semis and provide bulk fuel and propane delivery as well. At Trotter Service, your hometown automotive repair and tire store.
Friendly service every time. Quality is what you'll find where your neighbors and your friends go see Trotter.
And we bring you back to Ansley Litchfield. So what just happened is you have a walkover at the next weight class in each of the duels. Ansley Litchfield got 6 points on the forfeit. So they've tied their duel up at 6-0, and then Twin Loup got a forfeit in that match at, where were we at, 145?
That was at 138.
138. And so you got both duels now tied up at 6, as we've got the next match out on the mat now. And we'll turn it over to Kirk to call it between Ansley Litchfield and Overton.
And out on the mat for Ansley Litchfield, Chase Rusicki. Chase, a state qualifier last year at 132 pounds, wrestling up at 145 pounds this year. And his opponent, Cinch Kiger of Overton. Match just underway. It looks like Rusicki trying to hit a headlock right along the edge of the mat, trying to keep his feet in, unable to do so. So we'll come back to center with 1:26 to go here in the first period. No score in the match. Chase Rosicki of Ansley Litchfield, representing the Spartans here at 145 pounds. Rosicki trying to get in on single leg, not enough penetration. Cinch Kiger able to block that off. Right along the edge of the 10-foot circle. Looks like Rosicki's got a right hand underhook here. We've got the lights dimmed down, got a little bit of a spotlight atmosphere here on the mat. Rosicki controlling the right hand of Kiger. Kiger down on his knees. Rosicki now just trying to keep his distance. Measuring, right foot lead for Rosicki right along the edge of the mat. Wrestlers circling. There's Rosicki shoots a back leg, not able to get enough penetration. Kiger catches him coming in, but that shot really didn't have enough penetration to get anything. We'll see if he's just trying to set something up. Right now, Kiger's holding Rosicki's head down to the mat, and they're face-to-face. Mr. Pfeiffer says, we're going to call a stalemate. We'll come back to center. Wrestlers are on their feet. 23 seconds to go. There's no score in this match. There's another shot of Kiger just changing a level down, but not getting any penetration. Rosicki again with that right hand underhook, breaks free of that. Wrestlers in the tie, right along the edge of the 10-foot circle. There Rosicki catches Kiger. Kiger tries to hook a throw off that. And if he can get a left leg hooked in, he's not always going to come around back and get his two. So Cinch Kiger gets the 2-point takedown right at the end of the first period. And he leads this match with Chase Rosicki 2-0. So neither wrestler getting a lot of penetration there. Kiger doing a good job, though, of catching Rosicki coming in the few times he did take a shot. And he leads 2-0 over Chase. Chase's choice, he goes to the bottom position in the second period. Kiger mounts up on the left side, and second period is underway. Rosicki crawls out, pods up. Oh, Kiger's laces in that left leg. He wants to get a crossbody ride. Rosicki's trying to catch the leg. Kiger now in good position. He's got the leg in. If he can get his back arched, tries to launch. He flattens Chase down. Chase does a good job of getting his hips back up. Trying to catch that leg. Rosicki's kind of got his hand caught in there. We'll see if he can get the leg out. He's flattened and he's stepping off the leg. So Rosicki doing a good job of getting out of that leg situation. Now catches the leg coming over the top. He's now got the leg. He's trying to elevate. If he can get his head up, he's got his hips out. Kiger now kind of scrambling here to keep this crossbody situation going. Chase now trying to shake him off the top. Kiger throws in the other leg. He's now got a right leg in. Still in control. Mr. Pfeiffer signaling the control position. It's a 2-0 lead here for Cinch Kiger of Overton. About a minute to go here in the second period. Kiger with that 2-0 lead. He's now got the leg laced in. He's got to get his hips up, though. His hips are down on the mat. There he goes. Rosicki gets his hips up in the bottom position. Kiger launches over the top. Right leg laced in. Kiger now trying to work that cross-face action, trying to elevate the head. Rosicki now trying to get hips up and does. Chase gets his hips up, his head's down. Kiger, though, still solid with that right foot leg in there, laced in. He's coming through on a basket situation. Rosicki's going to have to be careful not to tip his hips here. Kiger's trying to come clear over the top, catch him in a bit of a basket situation here. Rosicki's just holding his spot, and we've got 15 seconds, and there's your stalemate. So Chase did a good job there of not giving up any backs. Kiger trying to slide over the top and catching him unaware. Chase doing a good job of just holding his spot and getting the stalemate. And now we'll see if Chase is able to score in this last 15 seconds of the second period. Rosicki down 2-0 in the match. Rosicki now flattened out. Kiger doing a good job on top. And Brent, as you said earlier, these Overton wrestlers have shown that the drop position has been pretty good for him in these first couple bouts. And there's the end of the second period. So we'll see what Cinch Kiger wants to do. He has the 2-0 lead. He's going to go down, so his choice is to go down. He's confident he can score off the bottom. We'll see what Chase can do with his first opportunity in the top position. Again, third period, Chase Rosicki of Ansley Litchfield trailing 2-0. Third period underway. Rosicki's caught the wrist underneath. Kiger's got his hips up. Rosicki's trying to flatten him out, but he does have Kiger's inside wrist trapped. Kiger's trying to step over now. Rosicki's got that near right leg, and you hear coaches yelling Husker, trying to roll him through. And if Rosicki can get his hips up, he does. He's scoring back points. Nice move by Chase there. Kind of baited him into it. So he's scoring. He's got a good leg elevation. He's got that near leg laced in. He's attacked the head. Now he's got to get his hips on up as Kiger comes on through the situation. There's 3-point near fall. So Chase takes a 3-2 lead. Cinch Kiger now trying to get himself squared up underneath. Rosicki's got legs laced in. He's trying to elevate the head. And we're going to get a stalemate here pretty soon if Kiger's not able to fight those hands off. Nobody's really improving here. We'll see what happens as Cinch Kiger's trying to fight through the hands. It's a 3-2 lead, Trace Rosicki. Under a minute here in this third and final period. Rosicki scored his 3 points on the near fall here in the third period. Now Kiger gets squared up, but Rosicki lays in both legs, and he's got the legs laced. He's got a left hand half in, and he's really going to work on top. 37 seconds to go here in the match. Chase has got a deep left hand half in with both legs laced. We'll see if Kiger's able to shake him off the top. Kiger's got both feet on the mat and trying to shake off the top, but Rosicki, if he doesn't panic, he's in good shape here. He's got both legs laced in, he's got the half in, and now he tips. So now Kiger's sitting up right in the middle of Rosicki. Rosicki comes across with the crossface. Rosicki's trying to get hips turned, and honestly what he's trying to do is get rid of those 10 seconds, yes. Rosicki trying to come up on top. Rosicki's going to be happy just to hold this spot. Kiger not able to come out from underneath, and there's the end of the match. So Chase Rosicki, on the power of that top position, getting his turn, was able to win the match 3-2.
So that gives Ansley Litchfield 3 points in the duel, and they now take the lead. To kind of recap what has happened in that duel to this point, we started at 132 pounds. Dominic Kyle of Overton got the win by fall over Dylan Stark of Ansley Litchfield. And then David Lewis came out for the Spartans and got the win by forfeit at 138. And then Rosicki just a moment ago picks up the win by decision over Kiger. So Ansley Litchfield will take the lead 9-6 in that duel, as we now switch it back to Mullen and Twin Loup as they are back out on the mat. And we wrestle now at 145 pounds between Twin Loup and Mullen.
And I believe the Mullen wrestler is James Kessler at 145 pounds. He's a freshman, and he's wrestling Sean Quant, a senior from Twin Loup. Quant already has a takedown. He has got a 2-0 lead here. Quant of Twin Loup with the lead, 2-0 on top. Kessler's up to his base. Quant works a little roll through, trying to pick up some cheap back points here. Now he's gone to a bar. He's got a wing in, trying to run that head. There's a 2 near fall on the cheap tilt. So it's a 4-0 lead now. Sean Quant of Twin Loup leading Mullen's James Kessler. Kessler on his base, right inside that 10-foot circle. 4-0 lead, Quant of Twin Loup. Quant trying to force in that arm. He's shown that he can score from all positions, able to score from his feet, got the cheap tilt, and he's just been in a pretty good, powerful position here on top. Quant, the senior, and right now his experience is showing up on James Kessler, the freshman. Kessler trying to get that base, but he's got to own his wrist, and Quant's got his far wrist trapped underneath. Trying to work a little pump handle action here. Trying to elevate the hips, see if he slides down and tries to step through on a Turk. Quant brings Kessler back in. Now Quant's going to lace in the left leg. He's in a crossbody ride situation. 20 seconds to go here in the first period. Quant launching over. Kessler's trying to keep those hips squared up. Quant trying to power over, trying to elevate the head. Kessler gets his leg out. Quant settles back on his ride. And with 7 seconds to go, Mr. McKean calls wrestlers out of bounds, stops the action, and we'll get a restart. So James Kessler going to try to score his first points here of the match with 7 seconds to go of the first period. Sean Quant aboard, and here we go. Kessler tries to drive back, but Quant just powers him down. Now Quant coming underneath. He's got the pump handle, and there's the end of the first period. So Sean Quant of Twin Loup with a 4-0 lead. 2 takedown, 2 near fall. So Quant takes his choice. He's going to go to the bottom position. So Sean hasn't been there yet. James Kessler of Mullen on top, and here we go. Quant quickly to his feet, stepping out. Kessler trying to drop him down. Quant does a nice job getting his hips out of the way, hits a switch coming down, and then immediately after he gets his reversal, comes right back in, attacks the head, and he's got James Kessler on his back right along the edge. Kessler, though, rolls through that situation and just about comes out on top. We do get 3 points, though, to Quant. It's a 9-0 lead. You had the reversal. You had the 3 points. He picked up 5 there, had the 4th, got the 9. So Sean Quant with the 9 points. He leads. James Kessler's been a game wrestler here. Just hasn't been able to power through situations. As we said before, Quant's being the senior here, that's starting to show his power a little bit. Now deep right-hand half for Quant. Quant's got Kessler on his back and in trouble. Quant's feet are in. Kessler's out of bounds, but Quant's feet are in. So now Mr. McKean calls him out, awards 3 more, and so now it's a 12-0 lead. Sean Quant of Twin Loup, the 145-pounder for the Wolves now, is looking at trying to score a tech fall, if not a fall, here in this match. We've got a break in the action. The coaches from Twin Loup just asking about the score, wanted to clarify where points came from, just wanted to make sure they had their book right. A pleasant exchange, you would say, Brent, and things move on. And here we go. Kessler flattened out on the 10-foot circle. Sean Quant on top. 12-0 lead for Quant. Quant's got bonus points. He wants more here. And now he's got the hammer. The right hand back on the back of Kessler. Comes up and attacks the head. Quant posts that right hand. Kessler's trying to fight it, trying to get his hips up. But there's the thread, and Quant comes around. He's got the wrist with his right hand, elevates the head, and this is going to be really tight when James Kessler goes to his back. Quant now gets the fall with 31 seconds remaining in the second period. Your winner by fall, 6 more points on the team score. Sean Quant of Twin Loup over James Kessler of Mullen.
And that'll put Twin Loup up 12-6 in the duel, as at 132 pounds, Kyle Durfee of Mullen won by fall over Garrett Keith, and then Keaton Dowse came out for Twin Loup, won by forfeit at 138, and then the pin by Quant. So Twin Loup now leads in their duel 12-6 over Mullen. Ansley, Litchfield, and Overton, I believe, both open at 152, so I think we're going to go right back to Twin Loup and Mullen at 152. Those wrestlers will report to the table and come out onto the mat after this quick timeout.
To all the area teams from Howard Hay Company, H&H Hay Moving, and Baco Brothers, a trio of names dedicated to providing you exceptional service and equipment. Custom hay and corn grinding, full-service auto and truck repair, plus mounted tub grinders and other equipment. By sponsoring high school sports on the radio, they're saying thank you, Central Nebraska. Howard Hay Company, H&H Hay Moving, and Baco Brothers, dedicated to the producers of Central Nebraska.
Muddy Creek Ag supports the Ansley Litchfield Spartans. Pete, Ryan, Trey, and Brandy are your suppliers of all feed and seed products, Traeger grills, and seasonings as well. They also have new and used seed tenders and are proud to be channel seedmen. Good luck, Spartans, from Muddy Creek Ag. Call them at 308-935-1155. The same people with the same great products on Highway 2 in Ansley, America.
Radio coverage of the Twin Loup Wolves is being brought to you in part by the Twin Loup Boosters, whose members include Schaefer Petroleum Products, Bill and Vicki Hart, Sargent Corner Market, Trotter Grain and Fertilizer, Sargent Insurance Agency, Sargent Packing LLC, Govier Brothers Mortuary, Sargent Teachers Association, Sargent Women's Action Team, the Morgan Ranch, the Ritz Cafe, Schlegel Angus, Kristen Schlegel, and Calamus Outfitters. Enjoy the broadcast brought to you in part by the Twin Loup Boosters.
Now we come back to Ansley High School. We had some walkovers in weight classes in both duels, so we have a match going on right now, so we're going to turn it over to Kurt because this one might be ending early. So, Kurt, go ahead.
Looks like Ansley Litchfield's Hunter Earhart with a quick takedown of Dylan Pushke, the freshman from Overton. Hunter has him taken directly to his back. Wrestlers go out of bounds, but Hunter Earhart will have 2 takedown. It should be a 3-point near fall. It's a 5-0 lead.
And when we have a moment, we'll kind of go back and try to get you updated on some of the walkovers and let you know where we stand in the duels. But for right now, we'll concentrate on the match that is in front of us now.
Okay, so we're back to action. A minute and a half to go here in the first period of this match, and it's been all Hunter Earhart, the 170-pounder for Ansley Litchfield. as he has a 5-0 lead and has Dylan Pushke on his back right in the middle of the mat. Hunter comes in here after placing 4th in the state last year. So a really tough draw for Dylan Pushke, the freshman from Overton, wrestling Earhart. Earhart working for that fall right now in the middle of that 10-foot circle, and there it is. So 52 seconds into the match, a winner by fall, Ansley Litchfield's Hunter Earhart at 170 pounds.
Yeah, that was at 170. So now as we concentrate on the Mullen and Twin Loup duel, let's kind of get you caught up to date there. Of course, the last match that we had on the air for you in that duel was Sean Quant getting the win by fall over James Kessler at 145. And then Archer Grint came out unopposed and got 6 points at 152. Sean Simonson then for Mullen came out unopposed at 160, got 6 points for the Broncos. So as we go to 170 between Twin Loup and Mullen, your score in the duel is Twin Loup 18 and Mullen 12 as we go to our next match, which I believe will be at 170.
And for Twin Loup, we have Slate McKeel and Mullen Spencer Denayer at 170 pounds wrestling. So it looks like Spencer's bounced up a few weights. Spencer was a state qualifier last year, and Denayer takes McKeel to his back right off of his feet. You got 2 takedown, you got a 2 near fall. McKeel quickly up to his feet. Denayer returns into the mat. McKeel trying to look for a switch, but he can't get his hips out as Denayer cracks those hips. As I said, Denayer comes in here after being a state qualifier last year for the Broncos. There, McKeel stepping up to his feet. Not able to get away. Denayer gets his mat return. It's a 4-0 lead for the Bronco. Oh, and there McKeel kicks out of the situation, but Denayer able to stay with it. McKeel tries to step over the situation, reaching through underneath, and he's got 2 reversal, and he's now got Spencer Denayer of Mullen on his back right in the middle of the mat, and there's the fall.
Wow. What a match.
Things turned quick there. That match was about a minute-long match with a lot of action, and Slate McKeel able to kick through a situation and turn Denayer and get the fall. Oh, my goodness.
And I don't know what else is coming up between the two in the weight classes, but you kind of got to feel that that was a critical match in the duel. Didn't you kind of, Kirk?
Yeah, and I'm just looking, they have Spencer Denayer listed as a 52-pounder, so he must have bumped it up to 170 pounds, so he must not have made weight at 52 to be able to go up there. Just a lot of action there, and that's what happens in these duels.
So we go now to the Ansley, Litchfield, and Overton duel, I believe moving up to 182 now. Quick update on where they stand on the duel. Ansley, Litchfield with a 21-6 lead in the duel. And here's Kirk to call the match for you as Joshua Henry of Overton against Cooper Slingsby, and that one didn't take long.
No,
Sorry.
Cooper. No, hey, we'll see Cooper more the rest of the night, and Cooper able to get his takedown, secure a quick fall there. Cooper coming back after being a state qualifier last year for the Spartans gets the quick fall.
So that's going to put Ansley Litchfield certainly in control of the duel now to give them 6 more points. So 27-6 now in favor of Ansley Litchfield in their duel against Overton. As we switch back now to the duel between Twin Loup and Mullen as they get ready to come out onto the mat.
At 182 for Mullen, Owen Thorberg.
So we go to 182 pounds, Mullen and Twin Loup. And to call it for you, we'll turn it back over to Kirk.
And Owen Thorberg of Mullen, the freshman, just taken down by Garrett Schneider, the sophomore for Twin Loup. So you've got a freshman and sophomore, so a couple bigger guys but younger guys out on the mat. And right now, Garrett Schneider of Twin Loup with the better of it. He's got the takedown. He's got a deep right-hand half-in on Thorberg. He's turned Owen, and Owen's trying to roll himself on through that situation, but Schneider's not cooperating. He comes up, attacks the head. We're about 33 seconds into this match, and Garrett Schneider able to secure the fall. At 36 seconds into the match, your winner at 182 for Twin Loup by fall, Garrett Schneider.
All right, we're going to step away for just a short break. You're listening to live coverage of high school wrestling on KBBN Radio.
Appliance in Broken Bow has some awesome TVs available. They would be a perfect gift right now with the extra time we're spending at home. Blinds has Samsung TVs from 32 inches all the way up to 85 inches. Use a new TV to stream high school sports. It's easier than ever with the smart TVs they have at Lines. Delivery and installation is available when you choose Brent and his crew at Lines. Don't head out of town. Local stores like Lines Appliance are ready to get you what you need. Lines Appliance in Broken Bow, open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday.
BD would love for you to be a part of their great team. They offer competitive wages, a team environment, and day one benefits. Some include health, life, dental, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply online at bd.com/careers. BD loves supporting youth sports and the bright student athletes who work hard to compete in every contest. Remember bd.com/careers to start your journey to being a part of their great team.
First State Bank is proud to be a member of the community. It's their commitment to the people of the region to offer professional banking services as well as personal attention for every customer. That commitment carries on to supporting the area youth as they compete towards a victory in sports. Good work both in academics and in sports from First State Bank of Mullen. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Sargent Irrigation may be known worldwide, but their roots are right here in central Nebraska, something they are very proud of. They hire right here in the heartland and know their success is due to those quality employees. As a way of showing support for the community, Sargent Irrigation sponsors high school sports broadcasts, so those unable to attend can follow the action. Enjoy the broadcast, sponsored in part by Sargent Irrigation in Broken Bow.
All right, as we come back to Ansley High School, we had some open weights, we had some walkovers, and we'll try to get you up to date on that here in a moment. But we have our next match on the mat, and so to call it, here is Mr. Crowley.
All right, we're at 285 pounds. Ansley Litchfield's Payson Trent out on the mat against Dalton Carlson of Overton. Trent trying to come around, was close to getting his takedown, but Trent able to reverse that situation coming down. He gets the takedown and then gets the quick fall. Payson Trent of Ansley Litchfield not able to come through there. Carlson of Overton with the quick fall there of the first period, about 38 seconds into the match. Carlson of Overton, your winner, 285.
All right, so let's go back and kind of recap a little bit as to where we stand in the duel now with Ansley Litchfield and Overton. The last match that we called was Cooper Slingsby against Joshua Henry at 182. Slingsby won that by fall, and then in between that and 285 at 195, Colby Larson of Ansley Litchfield came out unopposed and picked up the 6 points, as did Caden Stunkel of Ansley Litchfield, coming out unopposed and getting the points at 220. So Ansley Litchfield now with a solid lead in the duel, 39-12. Is your score now in the duel of Ansley Litchfield and Overton. I think Mullen then got the forfeit at 285 in their duel against Twin Loup. So now we're going to kind of transition into the lighter weights as we continue to roll through things here in Ansley. And I think the next match that we're going to get is going to be in the Twin Loup and Mullen duel, as I think that Ansley Litchfield and Overton were both open maybe at 106. So we're going to move to Mullen and Twin Loup. This will be at 106 pounds, and we'll put the focus on the Broncos and the Wolves, as Kurt Crowley calls it for you.
And wrestling here, Nolan Osborne of Twin Loup. Nolan last year had a great state tournament. He was fifth at this same weight at 106 pounds. Jeffrey Forson of Mullen wrestling for the Broncos. This match just underway. And this format's worked out pretty well with these teams where we haven't had full duels. But you have to kind of stay on your toes to keep up with it. Right now, these two 6-pounders right along the edge of the mat. No score in the match. Nolan Osborne, again, coming off that state placing performance last year at the 106-pound weight class. Nolan is a long, tall drink of water here for a 106-pounder. He's one of those guys that can tie his shoes and shake your hand at the same time. But right now, Forson's tied him up, And Mr. McKean, the official, breaks those wrestlers, calls the stale, wants more action, gets them started in the middle. Just under a minute here of the first period. No score in this 106-pound bout. And Forson trying to tie things up on the feet. Nolan Osborne not having anything to do with that. Osborne with that left-hand underhook, but Forson keeps reaching across, trying to get that standing corkscrew look. And now the wrestlers break, but Osborne now has the ball bat. Forson pops the head down. He's trying to cover that head. Forson now is trying to snap the head of Osborne down to the mat, trying to get around. Osborne just controlling the elbow, just keeping squared up in this position. Forson trying to come around the left side, trying to get to that leg, but Osborne able to square up with him. Again, Osborne controlling the elbow. Forson trying to come around the side. He's trying to jam that elbow. Now comes in underneath the arm. Working a little head shots reaction, but Osborne able to come to his feet, and his size pays off there. Forson tries to step through. Osborne able to come around back, gets his 2, and that ends the first period. So Nolan Osborne, good patient wrestler there, able to stay in good position. Able to step around, get his 2 points, takes a 2-0 lead here into the second period. Osborne's choice, Nolan goes down for Twin Loup. 106-pounders here. We started the duel at 132. Forson on aboard for the Broncos. There, Osborne with good action underneath, steps out, tries to switch, now comes back to his base, comes up to his feet, comes back down, tries to hit the switch. Forson following, but Osborne's got him a little scramble there, trying to extend a switch. If Osborne can get his hips slid on out and get on his right pocket, he can score here. Forson trying to force in, not allowing that. And now he's got himself, we'll see if Osborne's able to step over. He does. Osborne gets a 2-point reversal and nearly had Jeffrey Forson going to his back. So good job there by Osborne. You can see he's just patient and he's not nervous about situations. It looks like Mr. McKean's seeing some blood. So we've got a little blood timeout here on the Mullen wrestler. Forson with the score 4-0, blood timeout.
And that'll give us an opportunity to kind of get you caught up to date with where we stand in the duel. Coming into this match, Twin Loup leading 30-18 in the duel. The last match that we wrestled in this duel came at 182, where Garrett Schneider of Twin Loup got the win by fall over Owen Thorberg of Mullen. And then both teams open at 195, both teams open at 220. Isaac Welch of Mullen came out, got the win by forfeit at 285. And so that made the score 30-18 coming into this match between Forson and Osborne. Want to say thanks to Fort County Heating and Air helping us with our coverage tonight. Owners Brian Hogg and Austin Cox serve the area with a combined 20 years of experience in the HVAC industry. They provide free estimates and 24-hour service. Make sure your heater is ready for the cold weather coming. Call Fort County Heating and Air in Broken Bow at 872-2258. Well, they continue to do a little cleanup on the mat, and soon we'll get back to the match between Osborne and Forson at 106 pounds. We are told that it's Parents' Night here at Ansley Litchfield, so they will honor the parents coming up in between these duels and then the next duels that come out on the mat, so we'll have a little bit of a break there. But in the meantime, we're back to more wrestling as Forson takes the down position. And again, to call it, here's Kirk.
And we are underway. Second period, 1:19 to go in the second period. Nolan Osborne has Forson in a little bit of trouble. Now Forson on his back. There's the stroke. I'm not sure now Osborne's earned his back points. They haven't been awarded yet. Osborne now putting the pressure on, cinching things up. Forson trying to fight that inside arm underneath and does a good job. Jeffrey does a good job for the Broncos there. Gets off his back, but Osborne extends his lead with a 3-point near fall. So it's a 7-0 lead now. Nolan Osborne thinking about bonus points here. Trying to step through on the leg. Picking that near side ankle, stepping through, trying to Turk. Not able to do so now. He just brings the foot up, traps the foot with his own body. Gets off of it, though, before giving up any type of stall. Forson flattened out right on his belly. Osborne now just trying to attack the head. Forson does a good job of getting his hips up there because if he'd stayed there much longer, Nolan Osborne was going to force him on over. Osborne now with the right hand crossface. Looks like maybe trying to step through, get the cradle. He does. He hooks the cradle up. We'll see if he's able to tilt Forsen into his lap and try to get some back points. Forsen breaks the cradle, breaks the grip, and he gets out of that, doesn't give up any back points. But Osborne, again, just right back in on things, traps the arm underneath, and that's the end of the second period. So it's a 7-0 lead. Nolan Osborne at Twin Loup doing a great job in his positions. And Forsen's had enough of being on the bottom, and he's going to take that top position, and I can't blame him. Jeffrey Forsen of Mullen trailing 7-0 in the top position. Forsen trying to force in that near side arm, trying to trap the wrist underneath. Osborne posts the left foot out. Forsen now has a wing in. He's got a tipper hooked up. Steps back over, puts in the left leg lace. Osborne now trying to work on that wrist, trying to free that arm underneath. Wrestlers are right on the logo in the middle of the mat. 15 seconds here into the third period. Nolan Osborne with the 7-0 lead, but he needs points if he wants to pick up bonus points here. Forsen doing a good job for the Broncos on top. He's got that right leg laced in, and the Mullen Bronco now called, oh, it's a stalemate, excuse me. Stalemate called by Mr. McKean there. So Osborne gets himself set, and here comes Jeffrey Forsen for the Mullen Broncos. Osborne quickly to his feet. We'll see if he can hit that switch on the way down. Forsen returns him, not able to get the switch. Forsen steps on over, gets the right leg laced in. Osborne's got the hip down, but Forsen comes across with the crossface. Osborne rolls on through the situation. Forsen again with the right leg laced in. Puts in a right-hand half, has his half in. Trying to get the wrist, and Osborne's trying to shake him off the top. Osborne trying to shake, Forsen spurring to stay up on top. Under a minute to go in the match. Forsen trying to settle back in the saddle. He's back behind both pits, so he's not in bad position here. Nolan Osborne, if he wants those bonus points, he's got to score on the bottom. And Forsen right now in that top position is really going to work. He hasn't scored any, but he's been aggressive. He's got the legs in. He knows what he needs to do to try to win the match. Now Osborne with the hips up attacks the head of Forsen, and he's trying to get those hips squared up. Forsen able to drop him to his side, and we go out of bounds. 19 seconds to go here in the match. Now I know the score's 7-0. Osborne here. Forsen would like to get the pin, like to get the win, but Osborne would like to pick up some bonus points.
Yeah.
And right now he doesn't have that 8-point spread that he needs. Okay, so Forsen's going to give him the optional. We'll see what happens here. Forsen's coming around, drops right down on top. Osborne catches the leg coming in. Forsen now trying to work a little split action. And if he can get that leg laced in, Osborne just holding his spot. 5 seconds to go. Forsen is going to try to stay in. We'll see if Osborne can get his reversal, and he doesn't. The time runs out. So your winner by decision, 7-0, Nolan Osborne of Twin Loup.
So that should put Twin Loup up now 33-18 in the duel, as we'll be going back to Ansley, Litchfield, and Overton here in a moment. Again, we want to say thanks to those of you tuning in and listening to our radio coverage tonight. Again, we want to keep you up to date. We're going to have to break away from our radio coverage before everything is concluded here, most likely, as Nebraska football is scheduled to kick off tonight at 6:30. And when we get ready for kickoff of that, we'll probably transition on the radio. But don't forget, we've got all the matches for you tonight through the conclusion of the meet on our live video stream on all of our media platforms tonight. All right, back on the mat with Overton against Ansley Litchfield. And here's Kirk.
113 pounds, Owen Hartman of Ansley Litchfield, their representative. He is wrestling Austin Kennicott of Overton. Kennicott, a sophomore, Hartman, the freshman. And right now, Kennicott, a little bit of a fireman's action there, gets his takedown. So Austin Kennicott of Overton with a 2-0 lead. 30 seconds into this match, 113 pounders. Duel started at 132 pounds. And Austin Kennicott looks like he's hungry for some action. He's really wrestling tough on top. Every time Hartman shifts his hips, Kennicott seems to have the answer for it, but Hartman does a good job of getting to his feet, breaks the grip, and he gets his 1-point escape and immediately comes back in on a nice blast double and picks up 2. So nice job by Owen Hartman scoring the 1, getting the 2, and here comes Kennicott up to his feet, trying to face in. But Hartman drops in on the leg, so he's still being signaled. Kennicott's not far from scoring points here, but Hartman went down on that leg low, keeps the leg, It's a 3-2 score right now. Hartman leading. Hartman with the leg. Kennickett's covering the top. But if Hartman can bring that leg up, step his left foot up, Kennickett catches the ankle, though, and dumps him. And so Kennickett's got to hustle around, try to get his 2, and he isn't doing it. Hartman's staying tough on that leg. Now he's got both hands on it, and Hartman comes up on the single leg. Hartman still in control. Kennickett's going to have to face here to get his 1, and he does. So Austin Kennickett faces out, gets a 1, and Hartman comes right back in on a double leg. It's a 3-3 score. Owen Hartman of Ansley Litchfield just drops down, tries to get that double again. Kennickett trying to use his length a little bit, cover the heads. Now got the front head, hooks up a Chancery, and there's the whistle, and the whistle helps Owen Hartman because Owen was getting dumped to his back there. So
that was some of the best action we've seen
tonight.
My
gosh, the fur was flying there. These two 113-pounders were getting after each other. It's a 3-3 score. We wrestled one period, and believe it or not, we have some blood time out.
We do, yes. We have a little bit of a break. So we're going to take a short break as well. You're listening to live coverage of high school wrestling on KBBN Radio.
Forgetfulness. It jumps up and bites all of us at one time or another, but you simply cannot forget to get your septic tank pumped. Due to Plumbing wants to remind you to get it done at least every 2 years. Give Scott a call and get on the schedule so you can put the remembering part to him. 872-3402. Due to Plumbing is proud to support Central Nebraska wrestlers who are hard workers every time they take the mat. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by Due to Plumbing.
As we come back to Ansley High School, we want to say thanks to our video partner for all of our live video streaming that we're doing on our radio stations, and that would be Viero Wireless. A big thanks to them. Stop by the store in Broken Bow at 841 South D Street or call 872-1535 to see what they can do for you. Back to action, and once again, here's Kirk.
All right, so our choice put us at neutral here in the second period. Austin Kennickett now with the 2-point takedown, and he takes Hartman to his back. So it's a 5-3 lead. Kennickett of Overton leading Hartman of Ansley Litchfield. Kennickett up on a headlock right now, and Hartman's trying to come out of this, but Kennickett is just cinching that down. The airflow's not very good now for Hartman, and there's the fall. Austin Kennickett of Overton able to secure the fall over Owen Hartman in a match with a lot of action for for 2:27.
So that'll make the dual score Ansley Litchfield 39 and Overton 18 as they pick up the 6 points by fall. And we will go back now to the duel between Twin Loup and Mullen as the wrestlers are coming to the table to report. Our next round will have duels against Ansley Litchfield and Twin Loup and Overton against Mullen. Those will be our next duels on the night. But right now we focus on the Wolves and the Broncos again. And once again, here's Kirk.
All right, here we are. Eli Paxton stepping out for the Broncos of Mullen. This is a 113-pound match. Eli Paxton, last year, as a true 106-pounder, went up and wrestled 113, and he was second in the state last year. His opponent is David Schweitzer of Twin Loup. This match underway, no score here, 20 seconds into the bout. Eli Paxton, an awfully good wrestler. Tough matchup here for Schweitzer. Right now, Schweitzer's trying to pick up the leg, come around. Paxton covers the head, snaps the head down, and Eli immediately goes into a cradle. He hasn't scored anything yet, and we go off the edge of the mat, and Schweitzer now is trying to come around the side. Paxton, though, gets a little chin drop, steps over, and gets his 2, and this is probably going to be the end of the match. Schweitzer's trying to come on through. Paxton has the head attacked, has the leg in. Schweitzer doing a good job of fighting this, though, but it's getting pretty tight now. Both legs are in. A lot of area here, and there's your fall. Eli Paxton of Mullen with the fall at 113 pounds for the Broncos.
Kind of saw his experience take over in that match too a little bit, didn't you, Kurt?
Yeah, absolutely, and he's a really quality wrestler. I had a lot of fun watching him last year.
So Paxton gets the win by fall to give Mullen 6 points to boost their total up to 24, which would make the dual score 33-24 now, still in favor of Twin Loup. Again, we started at 132 pounds, and we'll see if we're going to get another match. I don't know if we will or not. Twin Loup wrestler coming to the table to report, but I think he's going to be unopposed. And that may very well wrap it up for this opening round of duels. So Ethan Kipp, I believe, was the one who came out and got the win by forfeit for Twin Loup, which will give them 6 more points and probably secure the duel win for Twin Loup in their matchup against the Mullen Broncos. Kind of watching now Ansley, Litchfield, and Overton. I don't think they're going to have anybody else come out, so it kind of looks like we're done with our opening duels of the night. So we're going to step away, or are we? Well, wait, hang on just a minute. We got another Twin Loup wrestler coming to the table. Yeah, we are going to get one more match. All right, here we go. Twin Loup and Mullen going to wrestle one more in their duel here tonight before we're done with it. So we're going to bring them out onto the mat, and we'll turn it over to Kirk to call the match.
Okay, here we go. Chase Gracie at 126 pounds, a freshman. He is wrestling another freshman, Hector Estrada of Twin Loup. Gracie and Estrada just underway. 2 freshmen here to finish out this round of wrestling. These are 126 pounders. This should be the last match of this round of duels. It's been kind of a scramble trying to keep up, but I really haven't minded the format. It keeps the action going, keeps things out on the mat. So we're 30 seconds into this last match at 126 pounds. No score. Last match of this round, excuse me. Chase Gracie of Mullen, Hector Estrada of Twin Loup. And there's a double leg by Chase Gracie trying to step around. He hasn't been able to score it yet. Steps over the leg, and there he gets his 2 points. Chase Gracie of Mullen with the 2-point takedown. Estrada now trying to build up. 2 young wrestlers finish out this first round, a couple freshmen. Estrada in his base. Gracie with that right spike in. Now it's trying to come in with the right leg, and he gets it laced in. Cracks the hips down. Underneath the far pit with the left hand. Trying to work a power half. Chase Gracie of Mullen trying to get that power half in. Looks over at his coaches, spurring up a little bit. And that's a stalemate. Not enough action. Nobody's going any place, so we'll get a fresh start. Hector Estrada of Twin Loup will be in the bottom position. Chase Gracie of Mullen will mount up with his 2-0 lead. 36 seconds to go in the first period. There it is. We're off. Estrada sits out. Gracie tries to follow, but Estrada catches the leg. Gracie now switches a little bit. Action there, gets his hip shifted, gets around. Now there's the neck pinch by Gracie. He's reached that right hand up underneath. Working on his ride. Flattens Estrada down. 15 seconds to go, 2-0 lead. Mullins Gracie leading here at 126 pounds. Chase trying to lace in that right leg. Switches it off, goes to the left leg lace. Estrada just kind of holds his spot, but Hector's got his head down. He's going to have to get that head up. That's the end of the first period with the 2-0 lead for Chase Gracie of Mullen. So we're getting ready to flip here. Estrada, he'll defer. Gracie will take his position in the bottom spot. He hasn't been there in this match yet. Chase is the taller of the 2 wrestlers. A lot of legs. We've seen him use those legs in that top position during this match. And here we go, underway. Hector Estrada of Twin Loup on top. Gracie up to his feet. Estrada trying to return him, able to do so. Comes up on a crossface. Gracie immediately back up to his feet. Estrada now getting around front a little bit. Looks like Hector's trying to hook up a cradle action, and he's going to get it hooked up. We'll see if he's able to do much with it. Gracie, though, breaks the hands, and he goes right into a Granby finish. He hasn't scored yet. If Gracie can get off the hips, Hector's trying to come up on top. Nobody's scored here. It's still 2-0 Gracie, and Estrada able to scramble back up on top. Gracie just not quite able to get off the feet and get those hips squared out and get his 2. Gracie up to his feet now, attacks the leg. Estrada still in the top position, but barely. Gracie attacks that inside leg. He's only got one hand on it, and Estrada flattens him back out there. Chase gets his hips up. Hector trying to scramble back around. Gracie with that left hand's blocked that position. Estrada's got a cradle hooked up, but he's high with it. And Gracie now circling the hips around, trying to pop his head there. His head pops out. We'll see if he steps around and gets the rest of his 2 points. Nothing awarded yet. There they come. 2 points, Chase Gracie, and Chase now immediately steps in. He's got that half working for him. Steps off the legs. So Gracie not only gets his reversal, he's going to pick up some back points here. And with 29 seconds to go of the second period, he may be working for the fall, and there it is. Chase Gracie, your winner by fall, with 26 seconds remaining in the second period.
So with the win by fall for Mullen, that'll make your final score in the duel, Twin Loup 39 and Mullen 30. All right, so we have come to the conclusion of our first duels of the night. We'll step away for a moment, take a commercial break. We'll come back and recap things from what has happened so far. You're listening to live coverage of high school wrestling on KBBN Radio.
Coffee shop and boutique in Sargent is a lot of things all under one roof. You can go shop, sip coffee, enjoy a smoothie or tea, read, play games, and let the kids play. Right now until Christmas, when you purchase a gift certificate for any amount over $30, you get any coffee house beverage for yourself for free. Give a gift to receive a gift. You can't beat that. Have a private party you want to have? Ollie's will host you and your friends for 2 hours of private shopping at buy one, get one half off. Plus, snacks and beverages are provided for just $5 a person at Ollie's Coffee Shop and Boutique in Sargent.
For most of the year at Downey Drilling in Kearney, Lexington, and Garden City, it's water wells and irrigating. But at this time of year, it's more about appreciation and goodwill. The entire team at Downey Drilling want you to know how much they appreciate you, your loyalty, and your friendship. Their wish is that you and your family experience peace and joy on this, the anniversary of the birth of Christ the King. And may your new year be filled with blessings, joy, and prosperity. Thank you for your friendship, and a very Merry Christmas season and a Happy New Year from Downey Drilling.
Exciting news! Livia's Boutique in Ansley is open every single day until Christmas. They're ready to help you complete your list. For those hard-to-buy-for men, they have Wrangler and cinch clothing. Stuff the stockings for the kids with Livia's fun stocking stuffer ideas. How about the gift that fits everyone, a gift certificate? Watch Livia's Boutique Facebook page for special sales each day. Open Monday to Friday 10 to 5, Saturday 10 to 4, and Sunday noon to 4. Livia's Boutique on Main Street in Ansley.
Since our bank was founded in 1905, we have been the community bank that's part of your community. Whether it's Friday night at the football game or volunteering at the local celebration, at Town & Country Bank, building relationships is what matters. That's why we gladly support the towns in which we live and work. This is Heather at Town & Country Bank, and I invite you to stop in today and let us show you how banking should be. Town & Country Bank, relationships you can bank on.
Relationships matter. Town & Country Bank.
Member FDIC.
Sandhills Family Medicine is located in Mullen and open Monday through Friday from 9 until 4:30 to be of service to you. You can reach them at 546-2213 with your questions or for seeking an appointment. They always look forward to new ways to support the community, and by sponsoring this broadcast, they are doing just that. Call Sandhills Family Medicine, Steve and Margaret Boyer, at 546-2213. Sandhills Family Medicine, bringing you this broadcast of high school sports and wishing the Mullen Broncos good luck.
Power Solutions in Broken Bow is your local Vermeer dealer. With Vermeer equipment, you're getting more than a machine. You're investing in quality parts, local service, and support from your Vermeer dealer. Also remember, if you have a pickup, truck, tractor, or any diesel-powered engine not working to your standards, Power Solutions can get it running strong, whether it's shop service or field service repair. Sales, service, and new equipment on hand. Power Solutions, your local Vermeer dealer and sponsors of this sports broadcast.
Well, it's Parents' Night for the Ansley Litchfield wrestling team. They're announcing the wrestlers and their parents at this time. So since we have a little break in the action, let's go back and recap what happened in our two opening duels of the quad here tonight. We'll start with the Mullen and Twin Loup duel as Twin Loup wins at 39-30. Recapping the action, we started at 132 pounds, where Kyle Durfee of Mullen won by fall over Garrett Keith of Twin Loup. Keaton Dowse the win by forfeit for Twin Loup at 138. At 145 pounds, Sean Kwan of Twin Loup won by fall over James Kessler of Mullen. At 152, Archer Grint of Twin Loup unopposed. He got the 6 points for the Wolves there. And then at 160, Sean Simonson of Mullen got the win by forfeit at that weight class. At 170, we had Slate McKeel going up against Spencer Denaire. as McKeel of Twin Loup won it by fall. At 182, Garrett Schneider of Twin Loup, a winner by fall over Owen Thorberg of Mullen. Both teams were open at 195 and 220. Then at 285, Isaac Welch came out for Mullen and got the win by forfeit there. At 106 pounds, Nolan Osborne of Twin Loup won by a 7-0 decision over Jeffrey Forson of Mullen at 106 pounds. At 113, Eli Paxton of Mullen, the winner by fall over David Schweitzer of Twin Loup. At 120 pounds, Ethan Kipp of Twin Loup won by forfeit there. And then at 126, the final match of that duel, Chase Gracie of Mullen at 126 pounds won by fall over Hector Estrada of Twin Loup. In our other duel of the night, Ansley Litchfield got the win over Overton, and we'll come back and try to recap that quickly for you after this quick timeout.
Coco's Palace for Pampered Pets is a proud supporter of the Mullen Broncos and this broadcast. Coco's Palace has the grooming experience you desire when you want your pet looking their best. Also offering doggy daycare and boarding as well. Coco's Palace is your one-stop for everything your dog needs. Call Cindy Pearman today at 546-7303 and ask about what Coco's Palace for Pampered Pets can do for you. Good luck, Broncos, from Coco's Palace.
Recapping quickly the duel now between Ansley Litchfield and Overton from earlier tonight. The Spartans got the win. 39-18 was the final score. Recapping the matches at 132, Dominic Kyle of Overton began the night with a win by fall over Ansley Litchfield's Dylan Stark. Then at 138, David Lewis of Ansley Litchfield came out and got the win by forfeit. 145, Chase Rosiski of Ansley Litchfield, the winner over Cinch Kiger of Overton, one of our best matches in the opening duels, as Rosiski was able to win it by a 3-2 decision. Both teams were open at 152. Then as we went to 160, Colin Earhart of Ansley Litchfield, the winner by forfeit there. 170, Hunter Earhart of Ansley Litchfield, winning by fall over Dylan Pushke of Overton. Cooper Slingsby, the quick fall. It took just 17 seconds for Slingsby to get the win at 182 over Joshua Henry of Overton. At 195, Kobe Larson of Ansley Litchfield picked up the 6 points unopposed. Caden Stunkel of Ansley Litchfield also winning at 220 by forfeit. 285 pounds, Dalton Carlson of Overton, the winner by fall over Payson Trent of Ansley Litchfield. Both teams were open at 106. Both teams open at 120 and 126. And then going back to 113 pounds, Austin Kennicott of Overton, a winner by fall over Owen Hartman of Ansley Litchfield. So that's a recap of the duel between the Spartans and the Eagles, with Ansley Litchfield winning it earlier tonight by a score of 39-18. So as we move into our next round of duels, you'll have Ansley Litchfield going up against Twin Loup, and Overton will face Mullen. We have Twin Loup and Ansley Litchfield out on the mat to start our action in round two. And to call this match for you, we turn it back over to Kurt Crowley.
And we're just underway. Now, we'll start these duels at 138 pounds. Every duel that comes up, we progress through the weight classes. And right now, wrestling for Ansley Litchfield is Dylan Haynes. Wrestling for Twin Loup, Keaton Dowse. Again, these are 138-pounders. No match score as of now. Dowse right now working a front head situation. 30 seconds in, tries to roll through it. Hasn't scored yet. We're right along the edge of the mat. We'll see if Dylan Haynes can survive this spot. There's the 2 takedown. Dowse gets his 2. So Keaton Dowse with the 2-point takedown. Keaton Dowse of Twin Loup leading 2-0. Minute 22 remaining in the first period. Dylan Haynes of Ansley Litchfield on the bottom, flattened out underneath there now. Keaton Dowse working hard on top. Traps the wrist on the far side. Has the wing in, and he's trying to walk a little bit of a hip lever, little wing situation here. He's got Haynes in a little bit of trouble. Haynes squares up underneath, though. Good job by Dylan there. But Dowse immediately goes back, gets the wrist underneath on the right-hand side. Now has the wing in, he's trying to run that. And he forces Haynes over. Haynes right now is in a lot of trouble right in the middle of the mat. Dowse with the reverse half. Things are getting tighter. We got 36 seconds to go, and it looks like Keaton Dowse here pretty close to getting that fall over Dylan Haynes. Keaton Dowse of Twin Loop He has a 2-0 lead. He's got 3 points earned. They haven't been awarded, but there's the fall. Keaton Dowse of Twin Loup, he wins the match by fall to start things off for the Wolves.
So that'll give Twin Loup the 6-0 advantage to start this duel here tonight between the Spartans and the Wolves. Again, we remind you as we roll through this hour and start to approach and get a little bit closer now to 6:30, as many of you know, KBBN Radio is an affiliate of the Husker Sports Network. So because of that, we'll be having to break away from our radio coverage of wrestling so that we can bring you Nebraska and Rutgers football from New Jersey. And kickoff for that is set for around 6:30, so we'll be having to break away from our radio coverage of wrestling, but we want to remind you that we're live on video tonight. All of our media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the website, and we will stay with you for the entirety of our matches tonight that you can view online through our special live video streaming this evening. All right, to the Mullen-Overton duel now. First match of that duel here in round 2. And again, to call the match for you, here's Kirk.
138 pounds, Kyle Durfee of Mullen wrestling for the Broncos. Cinch Kiger wrestling for Overton. No score there. Nice little move there by Durfee. Comes underneath, picks that ankle on a little swing. Now's dropped in on the near leg. Trying to come up with that single leg, trying to circle around. Durfee's got the leg up. Kiger's done a good job of trying to fend that off. Durfee now not panicking, though. He's got the leg up, attacks the head. Kiger catches the leg in between. Durfee steps off. Kiger really showing great balance here in the middle of the mat, but Durfee not panicking. Knows he's got over a minute's time here. Traps the leg with his leg comes off, and Kiger able to get the leg back down. So no score there. The wrestlers face out. No score. Good exchange there. Durfee just not quite able to finish that. Comes up on a right-hand tie. Wrestlers right in the middle of the mat. Break away from each other. Kiger again tries that little sweep shot. Durfee comes in right immediately, though, on a reshot underneath. Comes up now. He's got a body lock, and we'll see what Kyle can do with this. Kiger able to break that. So the wrestlers on their feet. A lot of action here. Not a lot of scoring, though. Wrestlers circle back to the center. 24 seconds to go here in the first period. And we saw Cinch Kiger in his first match really doing a good job in the top position, as he ended up losing by decision, if I remember right, to Rosiski. Oh, a little pass by there. Nice move by Durfee. Passes him, gets his 2 points, and Kyle Durfee with that 2-0 lead. And we have the buzzer didn't quite go off, but we're close enough. That's the end of the first period. We see Mr. McKean saw the scoreboard get that 0 down. He stopped the clock, and bottom line is we're going to the second period with the 2-0 lead and a little bit of a smile on our faces. That happens occasionally. All right, here we go. We're starting the second period. Oh, there's the shot down by Durfee. Kiger able to fend that off. Kiger sweeps down on the leg, but doesn't quite get enough penetration around the corner to get to the leg. He's busy there. Durfee now just facing up. Durfee's back to the edge of the circle. Kiger's trying to get, he's got the overhook on the right side. Durfee squares up. Durfee again with his back to the out of bounds. Kyle with the 2-0 lead tries to pass him again. Just about picks that up. Kyle, really nice job there with that slide by. Slides ahead by. Comes on around. Does a good job of moving his feet, coming around the corner and scoring that. That's how he scored his 2 points to get his 2-0 lead. So here we go. 1:16 to go in the second period. Wrestlers neutral right in the middle of the mat. It's a 2-0 lead for Mullen's Kyle Durfee. There's Cinch Kiger with a little feint shot to his left again. Not enough to warrant much of a response by Durfee. Durfee able to fend that off. Durfee with more of a square type stance. Left hand tie there by Cinch Kiger. Wrestlers tied up head to head. And there Kiger pressures in. Durfee tries to pass him, but Kiger does a good job at that time of squaring up. So we'll see if Durfee tries to hit that, slide by a little bit, maybe drop down in on a leg. Durfee measures. Again, a little feint shot, nothing real deep on a penetration. Kiger squares up. Durfee circling to his right, and there's that double leg blast shot by Durfee. You kind of see that coming. He was getting that set up. Kiger does a nice job, though, of fending that off. Kiger went over on the left side. Now he's over on both sides. Durfee comes underneath on the body lock, but not able to keep that. 14 seconds to go, first period. There, Kiger comes down underneath. Looked like he was maybe going to hit a fireman's, but he just kind of dropped straight down to his knees. Tries to spin out, catch the leg, not able to do so. Durfee's facing up, and we go out of bounds. So again, decent action here in that period, just no scoring. So it's still a 2-0 lead for Mullen's Kyle Durfee over Overton's Cinch Kiger. Durfee on the bottom position here. We're in the third period. Kyle looking to extend his lead with an escape reversal. Kiger needs to get on the board. And we're underway. Set out by Durfee. Durfee comes around, faces out front, gets to his feet, gets escape, and he's a 3-0 lead. Kiger follows him along the edge of the mat, but we go out of bounds. So we come back on the restart, 3-0 lead now for Durfee. Durfee on his feet, comes down, a little feint shot to the left, tries that pass there, a little shrug action, comes back down. That was a nice shot, but he didn't finish, and Kiger steps around. Kiger now trying to get his two, and he does. Cinch Kiger with 2 important points. He's on the board now, working a head lever. He's trailing 3-2. Takes that head lever to the back, hammers it up. Durfee gets his hips up, trying to get his arm out front. Durfee's got his hips up, but his head's on the mat. Kiger trying to control that near wrist, not able to do so. And there you see Durfee flattened out, hands out front, builds up off his palms. Be forced back into his hips right along the edge of the mat. Kyle Durfee with the 3-2 lead. 1:10 to go in the match, and here comes Kiger with that left leg laced in. We've seen him up in that leg position again, but his hips have got to come up off the mat. Durfee's kind of pressured into him there, and Durfee's just holding his spot, and that's going to be called out of bounds. Not enough action here. We're out of bounds. Just under a minute to go in this match. It's a 3-2 lead. Kyle Durfee of Mullen in the bottom position with the lead. Here comes Kiger of Overton. He's aboard, and here we go. This has been a good bout. Durfee now trying to hold his spot, just basing out here in the circle. 3-2 lead. Kiger working hard on that near arm. He's had that head lever action going before, loses the wrist. Durfee comes up to his base. Kiger again in that top position. He's trailing 3-2, 35 seconds to go. Overton wrestler is going to have to start making some decisions here now. We'll see if he tries to keep getting the turn, if he'll cut him loose. We're down under 30 now, and now Cinch Kiger with that hammer. Oh, Durfee gets his hips up, comes on up, gets his arms out front. He's on his feet. We'll see if Durfee scores. He does. It's 4-2, 17 seconds to go. Cinch Kiger of Overton needs a takedown to tie things up. Durfee in good position here with his back along the edge. Circling. There's a shot by Kiger, no penetration on it. Durfee covers. Kiger tries to sit through, and Durfee catches him, gets his 2 takedown, and now here comes back points as Durfee scores back points at the end of the match. He got his 2, and then he got 2 near fall, and your final score is going to be 8-2 in favor of Kyle Durfee over Overton Cinch Kiger. Really good match.
Yeah, good match, and that'll give Mullen the early lead in the duel. Again, the duels that are on the mats right now, Ansley, Litchfield, and Twin Loup, and Overton and Mullen. And we want to continue to remind you as we get closer to the 6:30 time slot, we will be having to break away from our radio coverage of wrestling for Nebraska football tonight on KBBN Radio. But remember, we're with you all night long on our live video stream. You can access it on Facebook, Sandhills Express, also KCNI, KBBN, YouTube, and Twitter pages, and also through the website at sandhillsexpress.com. Ansley, Litchfield, Twin Loup back on the mat now, and to call the match, here's Kirk.
145-pounders, Chase Waziski of Ansley, Litchfield, and he is wrestling the senior Sean Quant of Twin Loup. Wrestling just underway here. This should be a good match. Yeah. Quant tries a little straight-on double. Waziski able to sprawl back and avoid that. Quant right now stalking Waziski. Waziski backs out. Quant comes back to the middle, and wrestling resumes. 40 seconds into the match. No score here. Quant with the right hand tie on the head. Wrestler's right in the middle of the mat. Quant controlling wrist now. Tries to work a little rush. Comes underneath on a shot. We'll see if Sean's able to get this good double leg shot. Follows it up with his hips. Gets the 2. So Quant Rosiski now trying to force in. He's trying to pressure in, trying to step over the situation. Quant able to scramble, keep his hips up. 2-0 lead, Sean Quant of Twin Loup. Chase Rosiski of Ansley Litchfield in the bottom position, trailing by 2. Rosiski now up to his base. Quant riding the left side, reaches underneath on the neck bench, spirals, spikes and spirals around. Rosiski able to keep his hips up, though, in good position. Rosiski reaches back, tries to get the leg. Quant just comes back around. Quant trying to run him forward, flattens Rosiski out. 20 seconds to go in the first period. It's a 2-0 lead for Sean Quant of Twin Loup. Rosiski now up to his base. Quant trying to come over on the cradle. Tries a near side. Rosiski now up to his feet, faces out. We'll see if Rosiski's out of bounds. Quant's got his feet in. And Quant had Rosiski in a little bit of trouble as we go out of bounds. So no points there. It's a 2-0 lead for Sean Quant. So Chase is going to have to watch that position a little bit as Quant, with those long limbs, able to get in there on that cradle. Quant aboard, and here we go. We're trying to finish out this first period. Quant wants to finish on top. Rosiski wants to score. Quant now trying to come around. Rosiski trying to face out, but the time runs out. And we have 1 period in the books in this one. Chase Rosiski of Ansley Litchfield 0, Sean Quant of Twin Loup 2. Mr. Pfeiffer gets Quant down on the bottom, as it is Sean's choice. He gets set. Here comes Chase Rosiski. Chase mounts up on the left side. And we're going to get a caution on Chase. So, no points awarded, just a caution. He can get a couple of those. Mr. Pfeiffer gets him back on top, and here we go. Quant quickly up to his feet. Just underway here in the second period. It's a 2-0 lead for Quant. Quant trying to reach back and not able to do so. Rosiski returns him to the mat, but Quant able to come around, gets his hips out. Rosiski's trying to scramble back up. Quant's got the head trap. Now, there's been no reversal here, but Quant's got Rosiski in some trouble. And now Mr. Pfeiffer's looking to the back. Still, there's been no reversal here. Rosiski scrambles up on top. We've got locked hands. 1 point award to Sean Quant. So Sean not able to improve his position, but able to score 1 on the locked hands call on Rosiski. So 3-0 now. Quant leads it. Rosiski aboard. Quant again up to his feet quickly. Rosiski trying to get the return, and Quant really does a nice job of getting his hips out, getting his feet out, and now Quant gets his hips out. If he can step over, he can get his 2. There's his 2-point reversal. And now Rosiski's in trouble on his back. Quant with that length has used that to his advantage, but what he's really done is got his hips out, created a little distance, and able to get the reversal. Gets the 2 back points in the situation and extends it to a 7-0 lead. So Sean Quant now has got to start thinking about bonus points. Chase Rosiski's got to think about trying to build up off the bottom, trying to get his hips up, trying to score 1 or 2. Quant really doing a tough job on top. He's got a hammer lock. Simply has Rosiski's right arm on his own back. And we'll see if Quant's able to do anything with this. Rosiski does a good job of getting his hips up off the mat. It's kind of like a 3-legged table because Chase has his right arm behind his back. There, Chase does a good job, gets his arm out, but Quant immediately spurs in. And good wrestlers go from one thing to another, and that's just what Quant's done. Now, Rosiski's sitting up in the middle of Quant. Quant scrambles his hips up. He's got a left leg laced in. Rosiski takes the arm. He's got both arms. We'll see if he's able to shake Quant off. Quant spurring to stay in the saddle. Rosiski's got his hips creating some distance. He can't get his left arm out to block. Quant comes around, catches the near ankle, and he's now circling around and survives the spot. A lot of action, no scoring there, but man, good job by both wrestlers. Quant doing a good job of staying on top, and he has a 7-0 lead going to the third period.
And as we get ready for the third period, want to quickly announce, I believe that we're going to transition to Husker football when this match is over. So for those of you listening to us on the radio and you want to stay with wrestling, we'll continue with our live video stream on our Facebook page, Twitter, YouTube, and also sandhillsexpress.com.
So here we go in the third period. Chase Rosiski takes the bottom position. Chase is trying to get on the board. Sean Quant with that 7-0 lead. Sean's done a really good job in the top position, scrambling when he's been in a little bit of trouble. Uses his length. He's got that left leg laced in right now, and Rosiski tried to bring his hip down, tried to bring Quant's hips down, but now he's got his arm trapped. And Quant's working on a guillotine. He's got the arm back, and he attacks the head. Mr. Pfeiffer's counting backs, and this is going to get pretty tight right now, and there's the fall. Sean Quant of Twin Loup hooks up the guillotine and gets a fall in the third period.
So Quant with the winner by fall. That's going to put Twin Loup up 12-0 after 2 matches in this duel with the Spartans. Well, as we mentioned, KBBN Radio is an affiliate of the Husker Sports Network, so we have an obligation to bring you Nebraska football as the Huskers playing Rutgers tonight in New Jersey, and we're going to start to make that switch for you coming up. So our radio coverage of wrestling will end, but we'll continue with it on our live video streaming. Again, you can access it on Sandhills Express Facebook, on Twitter and YouTube, and through sandhillsexpress.com. Want to say a big thank you to all of our radio sponsors for bringing you coverage of high school wrestling tonight, and we appreciate all the support we get for bringing you high school sports on the radio and on live video streaming. We're going to play one final advertisement to meet our radio obligations as far as advertisers are concerned, and then we'll let the guys back at the studio take things over, and Husker football will be coming up. But again, our wrestling will continue on live video streaming through Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Of this radio broadcast and salutes every second of hard work that these players put into preparing for each game. Sandhills Golf Club is home to a one-of-a-kind golfing experience in North America, featuring the beautiful Sandhills, a quiet atmosphere, and a challenging yet enjoyable course. Enjoy the broadcast, brought to you in part by the Sandhills Golf Club, proud supporters of Central Nebraska High School sports action.
All right, and we bring you back to Ansley now as we are on our live video stream now for the rest of the night. Again, we appreciate you folks tuning in as we bring you live wrestling action here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source. We're here at the Ansley Litchfield Quad with the Ansley Litchfield Spartans, the Wolves of Twin Loup, also Mullen and Overton with us this evening. In our opening duels, they were won by Ansley Litchfield over Overton, and Twin Loup got the win over Mullen in the other opening duel of the night. And so now as we continue, we are currently in the duels between Ansley Litchfield and Twin Loup and Overton and Mullen, as we currently have a little break in the action. And I don't know, Kirk, I'm guessing maybe we're kind of looking at the rosters to see who maybe we have matching up with each other, or...
Yeah, I think maybe there's just checking on who's been on the mat, and you can't, and the coaches all know this, they're just trying to make sure they've got it all straight. You can't obviously wrestle more than I can't wrestle more than once in a duel. And if I step out on the mat to pick up a forfeit, I can't report again to wrestle a match. And they just want to keep that straight, especially where we've had several walkovers here. It doesn't appear to me that anybody's got any real problem here. They just want to make sure their books are right and then everything's right here.
Yeah. You mentioned walkovers. We'll kind of update you here quickly on the Ansley Litchfield and Twin Loup duel. Keaton Dowse won by fall at 138. That's where we started this duel at. He won by fall over Dylan Stark of Ansley Litchfield. Then Sean Quant a moment ago won by fall over Chase Rosiski at 145, and then Archer Grint got the walkover at 152. So in the opening 3 matches, Twin Loup goes up 18-0 in this duel. And I'll try to transition on my computer screen to kind of get you updated as to what's happening in the other duel between Mullen and Overton. And we'll bring those results up here in front of us in just a second. Of course, you had Kyle Durfee winning by an 8-2 decision over Cinch Kiger of Overton in the opening match of that duel to go up 3-0. And I think maybe it's the Overton-Mullen duel that has kind of stalled us out right now, Kirk, as far as trying to determine who's next up on the mat. and how the coaches are going to, I guess, kind of approach things in the weight classes coming up.
Yeah, that's who the conversation's going on with the teams, and again, I think they're just trying to get things squared away here. And that discussion continues to go on right now. And I don't know if somebody reported wrong or what happened here, but the discussion is between those two teams.
Yeah.
And that's just, and you know, you want to make sure you get that all squared away before you move on in the duel.
I know that, you know, it's so fun for me. Last few years, I'll just be honest, I've been learning the sport and have had just great guys to work with Coach Crowley. Coach Mick Patch has helped us. And, you know, this just comes from a guy who is still learning the sport, but I'm just so amazed at the flexibility of wrestlers, because as I watch some of this action, I go, the human body is not supposed to twist that way. You know what I mean? And it really does make you appreciate the flexibility and the conditioning that is needed to be good in this sport.
Yeah, and then after a while, you kind of find out that, you know, when you get into the 60 age range, that kind of comes back to haunt you, and your shoulders and knees are kind of saying, you know, you really weren't made like that. So, it does take a lot of dedication. The kids that are into it and really good at it, they're people that have invested a lot of time, and it's, you know, the nice thing about wrestling is it's not just that person investing the time. It's a group of people. It's loyalty to those people, and the kids working together, and it's just kind of like a big family, and that's the part I love about it.
Yeah. Okay. We look at the duel now between Mullen and Overton, and I'm showing nothing at 145, and I think that's maybe what kind of some of the discussion was that delayed us here. James Kessler is going to get a walkover for Mullen at 152. I think they just got another walkover at 160, did Mullen, to increase their lead in the duel score against Overton. And so it looks like the next match that we're going to have out on the mat for you is going to be in the Twin Loop and Ansley Litchfield duel, as Hunter Earhart will be out for Ansley Litchfield and Slate McKeel for Twin Loop. This should be another good match, and we'll turn it over to Kirk to call it for you on our live video stream.
Yeah, this match is kind of a powder keg here. These two guys are awfully explosive, and saw Slate McKeel in that first match get through a situation. He ended up getting the fall, and if you've watched Hunter Earhart over the years, you know who he is. He's tough and explosive, and, well, he's got a state medal in his pocket from last year. So 30 seconds into the match here, we don't have a score, but this should be a lot of fun. And you can see, there was a big headlock there by Earhart. Again, talking about that explosive move there, and we'll see if McKeel's able to get through. Whoa, talk about your flexibility. Earhart cinches that up. McKeel's got his knees down on the mat, but Earhart brings it back, and right now that is awfully tight. You know, the oxygen's just not moving through at that point, and Earhart, you know, when you have these kind of matches with these kind of people with that kind of explosive moves, a lot of times they end quick.
So Earhart gets 6 points for Ansley Litchfield as he wins by fall. In front of him, Colin Earhart got the win by forfeit at 160. So after Twin Loop scored 18 points in the first three matches, Ansley Litchfield comes back with 12 to make the score 18-12 in the duel. And Kirk, I believe that you mentioned it when we came on the air earlier tonight, and that was Ansley Litchfield and Twin Loop have met once in a duel already this year, and that thing was only decided by like a point or two.
Yeah,
so.
I think the final of that duel was 42-41. I believe Twin Loop won the duel.
All right, back on the mat, we've got the Mullen and Overton duel going on now.
Nice fireman's there by Sean Simonson. Sean able to get a 2-point takedown. His opponent is Joshua Henry of Overton, and you can see Simonson right now going to work on top, and he's able to get the fall. Simonson in a quick fall there. Wins at 170 pounds for Mullen.
Well, we want to take a moment and say thanks to all of the wonderful businesses that you see flashing across your screen, as now we're just on our video stream to bring you the rest of the matches of the night. And we want to mention some of these businesses who are making this video stream possible. Twin Loop Booster Club, BD Broken Bow, First State Bank of Mullen, Sargent Irrigation, Duda Plumbing, Ollie's Coffee Shop and Gifts in Sargent, Sandhills Golf Club, Power Solutions, Coco's Palace for Pampered Pets in Mullen, Grocery Cart, Mead Lumber, Agland ATV, Palmer Monument, Geared for Sports, Lions Appliance, Insurance of the Heartland, Viero, and Sandhills Physical Therapy. Thanks to all of those businesses to bring you this special live video stream of the action tonight. All right, Ansley Litchfield, Twin Loop back at it, and here's Kirk to take you through it.
And really nice takedown there by Cooper Slingsby. Came in on that fireman's, able to get his 2-point takedown, and as we've stated before, Cooper was at the state tournament last year. He didn't place, but picked up some valuable experience, and he's been awfully tough this year. So Slingsby now with that 2-0 lead, leading Garrett Schneider. Cooper right now is 19-1. Well, he's 20-1 after first round action here on the year. And that's something in wrestling that has really changed over the last 7 to 8 years, is simply the amount of matches that kids are able to get. And the dual tournament and that format has become a lot more prevalent. Kids making weight want to they get credit for 5 matches, and it's been good for the sport, and the kids get out on the mat, and that's the name of the game, is the competition. As we're wrestling here late into the first period, Slingsby with that 2-0 lead over Twin Loop's Garrett Schneider. Garrett right now, you can see he's having a tough time building up off that bottom position. Cooper's got him all flattened out here, running him forward, traps the wrist underneath, has the wing in, trying to walk the head here. And that wing's in there pretty deep. And he has what we call wrist trapped here. He's just going to step over. He's got that wing, little hip lever action here. And Schneider's trying to, you can see the grimace on his face. That is not a comfortable position to be in as the period winds out. And Garrett's able to survive that. Gives up the 3-point near fall. Slingsby leading Schneider 5-0 here after 1 period of wrestling. And that signal is just simply showing that Cooper Slingsby had choice and he defers. Garrett Schneider has choice, takes the neutral position. So Mr. Pfeiffer gets these guys going here in the second period. Slingsby with a 5-0 lead. Blasts double leg in on Schneider. Runs out of real estate. Cooper comes back. Just trying to blast through there. So here we go again. 20 seconds to go in the second period. It's a 5-0 lead for Slingsby. Wrestler's tied up. Schneider trying to come around the corner, but he leaves his head up. You can see Slingsby simply pops in on that headlock. Schneider came around the corner, didn't change any levels, and Cooper just slapped that on him. And this is going to get awfully tight here. In fact, it's tight now. 2-point takedown. We got 3 points earned, and I don't think we're going to have to worry about the near fall, and we don't. Your winner by fall, Cooper Slingsby of Ansley Litchfield, continues off to a tremendous start this year. I believe he's 21-1 now.
Well, we started at 138 pounds, excuse me, and in the first 3 matches, Twin Loop took an 18-0 lead. Well, then the next 3 matches, Ansley Litchfield gets 6 points in each of those, so now we're tied at 18 between Twin Loop and Ansley Litchfield as we put the focus back on Overton and Mullen now as they come out to continue their duel. And again, we'll have Kurt Crowley calling the action for you.
Okay, stepping out for the Mullen Broncos, Owen Thorberg. He's a freshman. Dylan Pushke, also a freshman for Overton. Pushke with the takedown here. He leads things and gets in that half, and he's able to get the turn of Thorberg, and there's the fall. So winner by fall is Dylan Pushke of Overton at 182 pounds. And Brent, you can kind of see some of the things that we've done here to try to keep the wrestling a little safer, keep the officials a little safer, and at the end of the match, the official raises his hand of the correct wristband, but he doesn't grab the wrist of the wrestler trying to avoid a little less contact there between official and wrestler.
Winner, Larson.
Well, it looks like Larson will get a win by walkover for Ansley Litchfield. So now the Spartans would go back in front as far as the dual score is concerned.
Mullen and Overton are both open at 195.
And you may have heard in the background that Mullen and Overton are both open at 195. So we'll see what is available as we move to 220. Again, we're live on our video stream for the rest of the night, and it's great to have you with us for that. This is something we kind of experimented with back in the fall, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic and limited attendance, and certainly we're experiencing that as we go through the winter sports season. So we just can't say thanks enough to these sponsors who are flashing across your screen that are making this possible, so that, those of you who are not able to attend, or, those of you that, let's face it, aren't allowed to attend right now, can still view the action. And it's a real joy to be able to bring that to you. All right, so we have some more forfeits taking place in each of our duels. Kobe Larson gets the forfeit for Ansley Litchfield at 195. Caden Stunkel, the forfeit for Ansley Litchfield at 220. And I think Payson Trent of Ansley Litchfield just got points at 285 by walkover. So that kind of gets you up to date on Ansley Litchfield and Twin Loup. Let me kind of refresh the score here. And so your score in the Ansley Litchfield Twin Loup duel would be Spartans 36, Twin Loup 18 now, after the Spartans get all those points with the forfeits. So now we've got wrestlers back on the mat. We concentrate on the Overton and Mullen duel now. And to call it between the big boys out on the mat now is Mr. Crawley once again.
Isaac Welch wrestling for Mullen. Dalton Carlson wrestling for Overton. These wrestlers just 30 seconds into this 285-pound bout. Welch right now trying to come around. Carlson tries to sit out through this situation. We'll see if Welch can come up out of there. Right now, there's no takedown. Welch is covering the head, faces out. So a little bit of flurry there. And no score. Isaac Welch, he's a sophomore for Mullen. Dalton Carlson for Overton, the junior. Just under a minute to go in the first period. No score in the match. Wrestlers are tied up ear to ear here. And you can see that Carlson wants to break out of that. Tough to score in those ear-to-ear situations. You got to create a little bit of distance. Of course, let's face it, when you're wrestling at 285, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of low shots, although Carlson came in there on a fireman's, but you could see he got a little long, his arms got a little long, and Welch simply sprawled back. Got his 2 takedown. Carlson sits out, tries to get a little lifter there, tries to score off the bottom, but Welch does a good job of hustling around back. There's a little hook, a little roll action. We'll see if Carlson can get 8 points out of this. Mr. McKean was thinking about giving the 2. Didn't, but he's going to give 1 here, and he does. So it's a 1-point escape for Carlson. Carlson, again, shooting in on that high crotch, but he doesn't get enough penetration. And honestly, there's nothing worse and will make your shoulders hurt in 20 years than a long arm with a 285-pound guy sprawling on it, and your arms are out above your head. Those kind of things make you think about it when you put a T-shirt on in 30 or 40 years. So we have a 2-1 lead here for Isaac Welch of Mullen, and he's down in the bottom position. Carlson of Overton trying to lift that inside leg. He's in the advantage position, although Welch is going to break free and get 1. So we're in the neutral now. Isaac scores 1, extends his lead 3-1. Oh, that was a nice little shrug there by Welch. Not only did he shrug it, but he ran his feet around the corner, and he scored the 2 points. Really nice job for the big guy. Scored 2-point takedown, and then goes immediately in on the pressure. Carlson trying to build up off the bottom. Isaac Welch of Mullen with a 5-1 lead now. Carlson posting that foot out. Welch thinking about a cradle. We'll see if things can get locked up. I think he's got his hands locked. We'll see if he's able to bump him on a hip, bring him back, and he does. Isaac Welch of Mullen scoring off that, and then now Carlson comes up, breaks it, and you can see he gets his hips up, and Welch has got to fight that arm through. Carlson gets his reversal points, but he's got Welch in a lot of trouble, and there's a lot of time left here. Just under a minute to go. Welch is going to try to survive this. We'll see if he can get on through. Carlson, though, is in a great position there, and that's just taking advantage of that spot, trying to elevate the head, and this is getting pretty tight. There it is. Fall for Dalton Carlson. Isaac Welch had a good match going there. Just made a mistake. Carlson got himself up on top, and at this weight class, those kind of things happen.
Yeah. So Overton gets the win, and that'll pull them a little bit closer in the duel, as your duel score now would be Mullen 21 and Overton 12. Again, the duel's going on right now between Ansley, Litchfield, and Twin Loup, Mullen and Overton, as we now go from 285 down to 106. And we'll have Ansley, Litchfield, and Twin Loup out on the mat, as Owen Hartman and Nolan Osborne go at it for the Wolves and the Spartans. And once again, here's Coach Crowley.
Yeah, these guys look a little bit different than the last pair of guys. When you go from those 285s, drop down to 106, everything just looks a little different. Speed of the match comes up a little. And Nolan Osborne has a 2-point takedown here. As we stated earlier, Nolan, coming off that 5th place finish at the state tournament last year, is a big 106-pounder. A lot of arms, a lot of legs there. Owen Hartman of Ansley Litchfield is a freshman. He's trying to build himself up, keep up on that base. About 1:10 to go here in the first period. Did you see the experience of Hartman running him forward, hooking up that cradle? And this is pretty tight. Osborne there has that knee, trying to work that knee into the side, trying to create a little distance, see if he catches a leg. Hartman does a good job of fighting it, breaking the cradle. Osborne picks up his 3-point near fall. About 45 seconds to go in the first period. Hartman working tough on the bottom. Osborne, though, with that cross face there, just comes around, cranks that cradle back up. Not able to get his hands hooked. Hartman bases out. Hartman trying to control that hand underneath, and here comes Osborne spurring in the left leg. Hartman trying to keep his hips up, not able to. 20 seconds to go, right along the edge, left-hand half. And we went out of bounds, and Nolan Osborne there had a deep half, had the wrist trapped. That was going to be a tough spot for Owen Hartman.
This kind of becomes a big match in the duel because Ansley Litchfield leads 36-18, but I think in the next 2 weights, Ansley Litchfield is open, and Twin Loup, I think, will fill those weights. So this becomes a pretty big match in the duel competition.
Yeah, and Twin Loup has got to like this matchup. No disrespect to Owen Hartman, but, I mean, Twin Loop's got Nolan Osborne. He's an experienced wrestler. He's got the state tournament experience. He's got a medal in his pocket. And so this is a place where Twin Loop's expecting to score points here. Owen Hartman putting up a good fight. He's down 5-0 to go into that second period.
And if you look at Hartman, it's, okay, can I stay out of a pinning combination and, in a sense, still win points for my team if I only give up 3 or 4 as compared to 6?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, these duels, you've got to think about what's my job? Can I avoid giving up bonus points? Can I stay out of that 8-point spread or a tech fall or the 6 points for the fall? And so far, Owen's done a good job underneath there for Ansley Litchfield, and it's not because Nolan Osborne hasn't been working hard on top. Osborne now has a 5-0 lead. If this score would hold like this, he'd gain 3 points for his team. He's trying to extend that, and you can see him working hard on top, trying to spur in legs. And Hartman's doing a good job of just keeping a good base position and trying to stay there. Osborne trying to work across face. He's had some success with the cradle. Comes in. Now he had this position, the bar and the half, right when they went off the mat once. And there, good job by Hartman as he gets that peeled off. But you can see the experience of Osborne again. He comes right back in, laces the leg in, And now if he can get an elevation of that head, try to turn those hips with his own legs. But again, Owen Hartman squares himself up, knows what his job is here. But here we go right into a cradle. So you go from one pinning situation into another, and the experience of Osborne there pays off. And you can see scoring back points. And Hartman's working hard to break that grip. That's the key to getting out of that cradle, get those hands broke. Apparently he did, because here comes 3 near fall. And now Osborne's reached an 8-point spread, and Nolan's got a major decision. But notice what he's done. He's gone right back to that cradle, elevates it, and now this time that's pretty tight. There it is, the fall. So the experience of Nolan Osborne, as the match goes on, wins out there. And that's an advantage for Twin Loup in that match.
Yeah, so there's your 6 for Twin Loup, and that'll bring the dual score to 36-24 now. And we'll see if we get a match at 106 between Mullen and Overton. I don't think we will. Looks like Mullen is going to get the win by forfeit at 106 to add to their dual lead.
At 106, Jeffrey Forson wins by forfeit.
So Forson of Mullen gets the win by forfeit to pick up more points for his team in the dual score. And again, I think Ansley Litchfield is open in these next 2 weights at 113 and also at 120. So here you go. Twin Loop's going to get 6 points here at 113. So now you go from 36-24 to 36-30. And I think that the same thing's going to happen in the Twin Loup and Ansley Litchfield duel at the next weight class, which would tie the duel at 36.
Yeah, things change so fast when you do that, because when you pick up these forfeits, you're picking up 6 points just like you got a fall.
So we'll go back to the Overton and Mullen duel now, as the Broncos and Eagles will send wrestlers out at 113 pounds. And to call the match for you again, here's Kurt.
Okay, so Austin Kennicott is your wrestler for Overton, and Eli Paxton of Mullen out on the mat. Again, there's a double leg, blasts in there. Eli just comes in, changes levels, gets in on that double leg, follows it up, rolls his hips in, just does a lot of good things. And you knew that he could do those kind of things because he was second in the state last year as actually an undersized 13-pounder. And there's the fall by Eli Paxton. And I like what he did there. I mean, he changed the level, took a good shot, took the wrestler down, got the fall, got off the mat. No reason to extend things. Just he was the better wrestler, and he showed it there, and that's the way that ought to be.
And that'll move Mullen in front in the duel of a score now 33-12. So coming to kind of the final matches now of these 2 duels that are in front of us, as we started at 138 pounds. And here you go. Here's going to be another forfeit in favor of Twin Loup, as they'll come out and get points at 120 pounds. As Ethan Kipp will get the 6 in the forfeit at 120. And that should tie that duel up now at 36 apiece. And you can kind of see how Ansley Litchfield and Twin Loup match up. They match up pretty evenly because, the weights that Ansley Litchfield has kids, Twin Loup's kind of open there in some of the middle to heavier weights. And then it's kind of a flip-flop in the lower weights. So the next thing you know, you just look at the dual score and we're pretty even.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when you get into a duel, and I mean, you can't create more wrestlers. I mean,
right.
No fault against anybody, but when you can get into a duel and you've got 14 and 14, and you can just kind of roll people out there and see how that goes. But we've had some good matches, some good pair-ups here, and it looks like we're going to get a match here between Mullen and Overton.
At 126, Chase Gracie from Mullen.
Meanwhile, we'll update you on Twin Loup and Ansley Litchfield. Hector Estrada came out unopposed at 126, so now the Wolves take the lead at 42-36 with just 132-pounders remaining in that duel. But right now we're going to focus back on Mullen and Overton as the wrestlers are out on the mat. As Dominic Kyle for Overton takes on Chase Gracie of Mullen. And again, here's Kirk to describe the action as you watch it on our live video stream.
And you can see by these guys' build that Chase Gracie is quite a bit taller than Dominic Kyle of Overton. Gracie with a lot of long limbs, and most people think about wrestlers, they think about people that are stocky and thick, and guys that are built like Gracie create a lot of problems because they have a lot of leverage in those limbs as they learn to use those. Chase is a freshman here for the Broncos, and you can see Kyle gets in on a shot, but Gracie, it's a little bit like wrestling an octopus. You don't quite know where the tentacles are coming from, and Gracie's got a leg laced in, but Kyle stays with it, pops his hips, and comes around and gets his 2. So it's a 2-point lead for Dominic Kyle of Overton. Gracie with the sit-out, it comes around on the switch. Kyle comes up with his hips. Gracie catches a leg. We'll see if he's able to pressure in on that leg. Kyle doing a good job of scrambling up. Gracie now has that leg, and what he'd like to do, it looks like, is pressure in and step over. If he could pressure in, step over, or if he could elevate. Kyle a little high here, and you can see Gracie's trapped the other leg. He keeps working. He's pulling on that rope. If he can pressure in. But we're kind of knotted up. Now Chase has gone flat, and you can't score when you're flat. And stalemate. Good call there by the official. Dan McKean gets him set. And Gracie tries the power switch. Kyle tries to follow. Gracie catches the leg. And now we'll see. Gracie's got a good chance. And Kyle switches directions. Gracie still has a chance to score. Kyle stays on the leg, and the period runs out on him. So Gracie with a lot of action there, but doesn't have anything to show for it. It's a 2-0 lead for Dominic Kyle of Overton. Dominic's going to have the choice, and he's going to go down. You can see he about made that choice without checking, and then looked over and looked like everybody was in agreement. I've had that look on my face sometimes if I'm picking out my wardrobe and my wife asks me, are you going to wear that? And you kind of think to yourself, well, apparently not, what do you think? And so then you adjust.
I'm glad to know other people have those conversations in their household besides just me.
It's a 2-0 lead here for Dominic Kyle in the second period.
I would just never admit it on the air.
Well.
I admire you.
Well, at this point, that's the way it is. We'll see. Kyle hasn't got the reversal. Now he does, and he attacks the head. Well, he hasn't got his reversal yet. There's the 2. He had Chase Gracie in a little bit of trouble there, but hadn't scored the reversal yet, so no reversal, no back points. Came around. Those are good. Those are tough positions if you're an official to let those play out so that you're not just giving points up here and there, and good job there. The escape makes our score 4-1 as Chase Gracie gets on the board. Right hand tie by Kyle. We'll see if Chase tries to use that length a little bit to his there. Oh, you could see the Chase, he blocked that. He changed the shoulders, changed the angle, had a chance to score there and just didn't take advantage of it. Kyle snapping down. We'll see if he could score, though. Gracie's got his head stuck underneath. He needs to circle out of there. 7 seconds to go. 4-1 lead, Dominic Kyle. We're in the second period. Oh, nice double leg. And that double leg scored 2 with 1.3 seconds to go in the period. And that's a really nice shot and a nice time to score. You can't answer those kind of shots. You can't answer those scores. That's a big score. We're now 4-3. Chase is going to the bottom position.
I know it's just 2 points, but it does kind of change the complexion of a match, too.
Oh, absolutely.
When you go into the third like that.
You bet. And when you score at the end of the period like that, there's no way for your opponent to answer those points. And those are, and bigger the matches get, and scoring comes on the edge of the mat and comes late in the match. And that I firmly believe that. That's where those big matches get won. And you can see here Chase is going to come around, trying to elevate that. Kyle's trying to pressure in. Chase is trying to scramble his hips up. We haven't had any score there yet. It's 4-3. Kyle's leading. And there's the two-point reversal by Gracie. Now gives him a lead because of that takedown right at the end of the second period. And now Chase is going to try to finish this match on top as he's spurring in. He's got that left hand coming in underneath there on that head. And Kyle's going to have to either try to pull the chain over the top, try to get his hips up, and we've got a stoppage of action here. Looks like we've got a little blood timeout here. Match stopped immediately. I think it's probably just a scraped knee or something here. 5-4 lead, though, for Gracie.
Well, again, we are on our live video stream only for you now. And again, we want to say a thank you to the sponsors that you see flashing across your screen, making this live video stream of wrestling action possible for you tonight. Ansley Litchfield quad involving Overton, Mullen, Ansley Litchfield, and Twin Loup. This really kind of our second round of duels as we come to the final matches of them. Twin Loup against Ansley Litchfield and Mullen against Overton. Earlier tonight, Ansley Litchfield won over Overton 39-18. And in the Twin Loup Mullen duel, Twin Loup got the win 39-30. So we continue to wait for things to resume action.
I'm looking forward, Brent, when we get some college Division I wrestling. Once we get into that, they haven't started their season yet, and I'm really looking forward to that. Nebraska really has a good team right now, and you hate to see any of these athletes not able to compete. And I get why there is the delay there, but hopefully with some of the improvement and some of the things in the situation with the COVID and things are going along, we'll be able to get some D1 wrestling in and just see that Big Ten wrestling is just loaded.
Yeah.
And Michigan's going to come back with some kids that have been on red shirts that people probably haven't forgotten about, but they're going to remember them when they step back out. And then you got Iowa, but Nebraska was a runner-up last year, and it'd be fun to see those guys back out there. And speaking of back out there, here we go. Chase Gracie with his 5-4 lead is in the top position here. You can see Chase has got the leg laced in. Now Kyle's going to have to create a little distance here and get out of that leg lace because time's a-wasting, and he's down by 1. Gracie's trying to hook up a guillotine there. He doesn't want to get too high here. Now he's trying to spur in there. He gets the hips cracked flat. And now Chase is going to have to hustle back up, get back in the saddle. There's a good solid ride. And the clock just keeps running. Dominic Kyle's going to have to create a little action, try to create a little distance there. And Kyle's just kind of, Gracie's kind of staying on that ankle. Really isn't trying to launch or anything. We'll see here if we get some kind of a stale or stall, and there's your stalemate. You kind of see that coming as the clock winds down. 14 seconds. Chase Gracie doing a good job on top, and we'll see if Dominic Kyle's able to create some distance, try to get his escape, and try to tie this match up right at the end there. Really good job of Dominic popping up to his feet, and there he got his one. So you got 10 seconds here. If you score a takedown, you're going to win this thing. 5 seconds. It's all tied up at 5-5. Okay, so we're going to go into another period here. And as I said before, if you score a takedown here or score of any kind, you're going to win the match. 1 minute on the clock. We're into this overtime period. Sudden victory here. So we've had takedowns here. Kyle with the takedown. There's a shot by Grace, but you can see just went flat. can't score off your belly, and we'll see if he's able to survive this. He's trying to gather himself up. Kyle's trying to circle around. He's got the ankle trapped. We'll see if Chase is able now. We'll see if Kyle can just pressure in. Chase has got himself up to the hips. Good job there by Chase. Comes through, splits the crotch. Kyle able to cover the head again. You've got 10 seconds here if somebody can score. If not, we're going to do some more wrestling here. Chase is just staying locked up on those legs, and that's probably a good position for him as he's trying to get out of this. And we're 5-5. All right, there's a flip of the disc. We've got 30 seconds on, and unless there's a pin here, we'll have 30 more seconds. It's 5-5, so if somebody scores here, we keep wrestling, we'll finish out the 30-second period. And that's a good job of officiating, keeping these young wrestlers abreast of that. 5 apiece, and here we go, 30 seconds. Gracie crawls out, gets his foot posted up, and he's up to his feet. Can he score? Gets his hips out there. You see, created some distance, got his hips out for the switch. But Kyle does a good job, trips, returns him. 15 seconds. We'll see if Chase can get back up to his feet. Kyle with some pressure forward. See if Chase gets his hips out. See if he could score here. Create a little distance. Kyle's going to stay in. There's a nice whizzer by Chase Gracie. And we've got a 2-point reverse right at the end of it. Yeah, that was.
Well, he's going to come over and talk to the table.
Yeah,
he's going to give it, isn't he?
Yeah. When you come over, you check, was there any time left?
Right.
Was it right at the buzzer? And there it is. That was a nice whizzer, nice hips there. So it's 7-5. So Gracie obviously is in a comfortable position. Well, not comfortable, in the better position here. He can afford to give up and escape. He can't afford to give up more than that. I'm sure what his coaches would like to see is a ride out. Chase laces in that leg, and he's been good there. He's got to scramble his hips up. He does. He's got to stay up. But as long as he can keep those hips in there like that. Now Kyle's got to try to get that leg out. Gracie, again, killing the clock with that 2-point lead under 10 seconds. And there he goes. He gets in on that leg lace. Gets down on the ankle on the other side, covers the hips, and that's the match. So Chase Gracie in a really good match there by both those young guys. He's a 7-5 winner.
So Gracie gets the win in a match that goes extra time as he gets the win by decision at 7-5. So coming down to the final matchups now in these duels. We'll go to 132 pounds. This will be the final weight class in both duels. And then we'll have one more round coming up for you, as it'll be Ansley Litchfield against Mullen and Twin Loup against Overton still to come here tonight. And again, we'll finish out all of our coverage for you on our live video stream. And it looks like Twin Loup is going to get the walkover at 132. He'll be unopposed, and that should, I believe, tie the duel. And so it's going to be a tie at 42 all. Am I right?
Ansley Litchfield, Twin Loup. I'm just looking here at things. I think is it 36-42?
In the duel between Twin Loup and Ansley Litchfield, Twin Loup wins 48-36.
48-36.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Twin Loup was ahead 42-36.
There we go.
Yeah. They were ahead 42-36 and then went unopposed at 132. So they'll win at 48-36, the final in the duel between the Spartans and the Wolves.
It's going to help you try to score that, Brent, but I was afraid I was going to have to take my shoes off, and nobody really wants that to happen.
I guess I had it in my head that Ansley Litchfield had the lead going to that 132 pounds, but it was the other way around. Twin Loup had the lead and then secured it with the walkover at 132. So Twin Loup will win there in the duel against Ansley Litchfield, and Mullen's going to end up winning the duel against Overton. So we've got one final round coming up for you. It's going to be Ansley Litchfield against Mullen and Twin Loup against Overton. And again, we're on video streaming only, so we're just going to kind of step away for a moment as far as the commentary is concerned. We won't annoy you with mindless chatter And when they get ready to wrestle, we'll come out and Kirk will describe the action so that you can follow it better as you view it on the video stream here tonight. We'll step away for a moment. We'll come back and visit with you when wrestling resumes here in Ansley. Come back live here on our video streaming as we've kind of started things in the final round of duels here tonight at the Ansley Litchfield Quad, as Chase Rosiski is going to get a walkover in the duel between Ansley Litchfield and Mullen at 145 pounds. That's where we'll start the duel at in this final round. And so Ansley Litchfield gets the win by forfeit to go up early 6-0 in the duel score. The other duel, as we conclude things, will be Twin Loup and Overton, and looks like the Wolves are going to get a forfeit at 145 as well. So you got Mullen open at 145, Overton open at 145, and so that will advance us to 152 now.
At 152, James Kessler.
And looks like James Kessler of Mullen is going to get a forfeit, so just kind of going back and forth with the walkovers at the moment, and that's going to happen in duels such as this, especially when you deal with the smaller schools that obviously are not going to bring as many kids to the table as
right.
Obviously your higher classes and larger schools will. So we'll go back to the Twin Loup duel, and Archer Grint's going to get a win by forfeit there in the duel against Overton. So now we'll concentrate again on Mullen and Ansley Litchfield, and I think that we're going to maybe get our first match of the final duels of the night coming out onto the mat. As we'll see the Broncos and the Spartans go at it. Colin Earhart coming out for Ansley Litchfield. And Spencer Denaire coming out for Mullen. Two kind of seasoned guys who have been out on the mat quite a bit in their high school careers. And as they go at it, we'll turn it over to Kurt Crowley to call the match for you.
Yeah, this looks like a good matchup. I mean, two pretty good wrestlers here.
If you're interested, the Ansley Litchfield Lady Spartans are ahead 38-20.
Denaire, a state qualifier last year. Colin Earhart had a good season last year. There's a shot by Denaire down low on that leg. We'll see if he's able to pressure across. Pops his head, gets his two. As soon as he pops his head and the hands are touching the mat of the opponent, in this case Earhart, there's your 2-point takedown. And you see Denaire really working tough there on top. Good position, good pressure forward, making it tough on Colin. Colin expending energy trying to get himself built up. Earhart trying to protect that arm, and Denaire trying to pull it out. We go out of bounds. Just under a minute here in the first period. It's a 2-0 lead, Spencer Denaire. Earhart up to his feet quickly. We'll see how the mat return goes here. Denaire trying to get a lift, blocks with that left foot. Able to sag the wrestler down. Now he's down on a leg. We'll see if he lifts and goes there. That was a nice mat return by Denaire. You could see he was able to get his hips down, rolled his hips in, lifted up that inside leg. And there, Earhart trying to step over the situation. We'll see how this plays out. Denaire was able to get his hips up, circle around. 2-point near fall signaled there. Good job by Denaire getting his hips back up, circling in. And again, there goes Earhart, posts the leg up. You see Denaire switches over to the right side, pressures down. Earhart up to his feet. We'll see if he can score the one. Turns in awful quick. We'll see if he can score his one facing out. There's the one. 1-point escape. Colin Earhart able to face out. Scores now 4-1 at the end of the first period. Spencer Denaire of Mullen with that 4-1 lead. Denaire looks over at his bench. They say to defer. Earhart's going to go down. He scored from there before. He's down by 3. So he'd like to get an escape and a takedown and get things tied up. Okay, we have a caution. No points. There, Earhart steps up that left leg, but Denaire just switches other side. And you can see that Collins reaching back, trying to get that left-handed Denaire's. And right there, there's the trap. There's the leg. We'll see if he can roll his hips in here. Earhart now, though, up on the head. We'll see if he's trying to step across there. You can see Collins trying to get to the head, trying to get a big explosive move, trying to sink hips. Maybe a little bit of a toss. Denaire's had some good luck, though, dropping down on changing levels there on his mat return and rolling his hips in and getting a good mat return. There, Earhart steps up. Denaire comes around front, and there's the one. Okay, so Colin Earhart's reached half of his goal this period. We'll see if he can get the takedown and tie it up. Minute 20 seconds to go. Earhart controlling that wrist, so he slowed Denaire down with that wrist control. Denaire stays on the collar tie, but Earhart's got that wrist controlled. There, Denaire breaks that off. Earhart has tendency to stand up a little bit. We'll see if Denaire is able to get down underneath there with the lower level change. Denaire comes in with the underhook. Again, Earhart trying to work that throw, but Denaire on the body lock, and we go out of bounds. We'll see if Spencer tries to change a level here and gets down in on the leg. Right there, see, you can see that Collins sometimes he bounces out, steps straight up. Oh, nice takedown by Earhart, steps around. Just crunches Denayer down to the mat, and that was the goal that he needed in this period. He wanted to get the 1, he wanted to come back, get the 2, and he's done just that. Colin Earhart has tied things up. Wow, Denayer comes out of that. And the scramble off the edge of the mat. There's your reversal. Denayer really doing a good job of knowing where he's at on the mat, keeps his toes in, gets his reversal. It's a 6-4 lead. So, you know, that's where all that work during the period to get yourself back to a 4-4 tie, and then that scramble, you're working back up the hill if you're Colin. Under 10 seconds here. Denayer just controlling the wrist, has the legs trapped. And Spencer got 2 of those 3 points back, and he's got a 2-point lead going into the last period. Denayer's going to go down. So it'll be interesting to see what Colin's strategy is here. Denayer looking for some hand control. Able to pop up. Turns and gets the 1. So it's a 7-4 3-point lead, but we've seen Earhart's kind of an explosive guy, and he's kind of been looking for throws, things up off his feet, hasn't changed levels. And he's trailing by 3, Earhart is. And that trailing by 3 keeps him in the match, where a 5-point move can win it for him. Denayer, though, tough with that left-hand underhook. Minute 25. Ooh, and Denayer, whoa, steps through on that headlock. Big step, got his 2-point takedown. Earhart slides his hips out. He's got the single leg. Oh, and then the leg gets back down to the mat. So there's the 1 escape. Have a 9-5 score here. Denayer, 9-5 lead. Collins working on those wrists. And that ball bat and a little bit of wrist control there, it slows Denayer down, but Collins going to have to get busier than this if he wants to try to score his takedown. Denayer needs to keep his motion up, and he's been good with his motion. He's got the wrist control, and you can see there's the body lock. We'll see how this turns out. Oh, nice throw there by Denayer. Steps through, scores 2 more. So as we wind this match down, Spencer Denayer is going to be your winner in a hard-fought 11-5 win for the Mullen Bronco. 11-5 win for Spencer Denayer.
So Denayer will get the win there, and that'll put Mullen in front in the duel after 3 matches in. Of course, our final duels of the night featuring Ansley Litchfield against Mullen and Twin Loup taking on Overton. Twin Loup really in position to, I guess, walk out of here as the winner of this quad, as the Wolves are 2-0 in their earlier duels, picking up wins over Mullen earlier tonight, 39-30, and then winning over Ansley Litchfield, 48-36. So a chance for the Wolves to go 3-0 as they continue with their duel against Overton. And we have a momentary break in the action as it looks like we're going to be going back to Ansley Litchfield and Mullen, as the Spartans and the Broncos will come back out at 170 now. Hunter Earhart representing Ansley Litchfield. And so here we go at 170 pounds between the Broncos and the Spartans.
And you see Earhart's already got his 2-0 lead. He is aggressive. This is Hunter Earhart. And his opponent is Sean Simonson of Mullen. And you see Earhart right now getting pretty physical here, trying to elevate that head. Simonson does a good job of fending that off. Gets to his base. Tries to hit a switch, leaves that trail arm, and Earhart takes advantage of that. Earhart just settling down, gets the pin at 58 seconds into the match. Winner by fall, Hunter Earhart, and he is an aggressive wrestler. We've seen that before from him. Off to a good start this season. They're expecting big things out of him throughout the district and state tournament time.
So Hunter with the fall over Sean Simonson at 170, and that'll make your dual score. Ansley Litchfield 12 and Mullen 9 now. As we start to look back now at the Twin Loup and Overton duel, and we'll have a match in that duel now as we move to 170 pounds between the Wolves and the Eagles.
I believe this is Slate McKeel here for Twin Loup and Dylan Pushke of Overton. 2-0 lead for Slate. And that is a hammer, threads it, and this is a tough spot to be in. When your arm's behind your back like that, and that is just a tough spot to be in. Slate McKeel for Twin Loup, the Wolves sophomore, able to get the pin there.
That was actually the first match of that duel, as Sean Quant at 145 for Twin Loup and Archer Grint for Twin Loup at 152 were both unopposed. And then both teams open at 160. So at 170 pounds, Slate McKeel with the pin for Twin Loup over Dylan Pushke of Overton. All right, we move to 182 pounds, and again it's the Broncos and the Spartans out on the mat.
Cooper Slingsby, representing Ansley Litchfield, now has a 2-point takedown. Owen Thorberg of Mullen, his opponent. Cooper's had a good season there. We'll see that hammer again in the thread, and you just don't get out of that when it's that tight. Cooper Slingsby with the quick pin. 26 seconds into the match. Slingsby, your winner.
So 6 more points to add to Ansley Litchfield in their duel against Mullen as they go up 18-9 now. Again, we started these duels at 145. We wrestle through 182 pounds now as we'll have another match coming up between Overton and Twin Loup.
And for Overton, it's Josh Henry.
So Garrett Schneider on the mat for the Wolves. His opponent, Joshua Henry. And Garrett Schneider with a takedown here early in this match. Garrett can get a little force there. He's got the wrist trapped underneath, just trying to elevate the hips up over the head, and it looks like he's going to do it and get the fall. Garrett Schneider just able to get the wrist trap, pressure, get those hips up over your head, and that's the end of that.
So Twin Loup has really wrestled well and been very strong in these duels tonight as they look to walk out of here at 3-0 in dual competition. So at 195, we're going to get a walkover for Ansley Litchfield as the Spartans will get 6 more points there. Continuing to work our way through the final duels of the night. Been good to have you along with us. Of course, we started the night on both radio and our live video stream. Had to break away from radio coverage so that we could bring you Husker Football as a Husker Football affiliate on KBBN Radio. But here with you through the night on our live video stream. And again, we want to say thanks to all of the great sponsors that you've been seeing flash across your screen tonight to make this live video stream possible. All right, so we continue in the Ansley Litchfield and Mullen duel, and some more forfeits being awarded to the Spartans.
Both Twin Loup and Overton are open.
So we'll try to update you a little bit. 220 both open for Twin Loup and Overton, so we won't have a match there between those two. Meanwhile, we update you on Mullen and Ansley Litchfield. 30-9 now is the dual score there in favor of the Spartans as Colby Larson was unopposed at 195 for Ansley Litchfield. And as we mentioned, Caden Stunkel of Ansley Litchfield unopposed at 220. So we're going to go to 285 now, and we'll concentrate on Ansley Litchfield and Mullen.
And Ansley Litchfield wrestler Gavin Barella steps out on the mat. He will be wrestling Tel Quanvig. Tel in on the leg there. Quanvig name, a name that we've heard in the Mullen wrestling community for quite some time. Tel able to score his 2-point takedown there. You can see Quanvig trying to work a little front head action, but Barella able to come in on the leg, get a lift, and he gets the reversal. So Gavin Barella gets the reversal, and he's scoring back points here. Quanvig in a little bit of trouble. Tell's going to have to get that arm fought through underneath, and there's the fall. Gavin Barella of Ansley Litchfield able to get 2-point reversal and secure the fall.
So Barella gets the win by fall for Ansley Litchfield at 285. And that'll increase the Spartans' lead in the duel. I believe that Twin Loup, I think, is open at 285. So Overton will get 6 points there, as Overton gets the win by forfeit at 285 pounds. So we'll go back down now to 106 as we start wrestling off the final few matches of our action here tonight. Ansley Litchfield and Mullen now at 106 pounds. If you're just kind of tuning in on our live video stream earlier tonight, Ansley Litchfield won over Overton 39-18 in their duel. Twin Loup won over Mullen 39-30. Twin Loup won over Ansley Litchfield 48-36. And Mullen winning over Overton earlier tonight 36-12. So we're at 106 pounds. Broncos and Spartans back out on the mat. And once again, here's Kirk.
And here we go with a pair of freshmen, Owen Hartman for Ansley Litchfield, and for the Mullen Broncos, Jeffrey Forzen. Hartman, not much penetration there, just dropping down the knees. Nice little snap there by Forzen. You'd see snap the head down, came around, gave him the ability to get around the corner, catch the leg. And he's going to go right into a cradle here. He's got the hands hooked up. And Hartman, just about rolled through, not quite, and Forzen's going to get this fall. That was a nice move by Forzen, though, right off the bat when he snapped the head down, came around, caught the leg.
So Forzen gets the win by fall for Mullen at 106 pounds. Puts 6 points on their dual score as it moves him up to 15 now, still trailing Ansley Litchfield, who has 36. 106 pounds. Twin Loup will send out Nolan Osborne, who's had a good night tonight. Osborne will be unopposed here against Overton, so he'll get the 6 for his team. And we'll get ready to move into 113 pounds. And we'll see, I think Ansley Litchfield is open at 113. Looks like Mullen will fill the weight. They'll do that with Eli Paxton.
At 113,
and so, well, actually, I don't think they sent out Paxton at 113. We've seen Eli tonight, but I think they send someone else out.
I think that's Hassler, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So they'll send him out to get the 6 as Ansley Litchfield is open at that weight. And now we'll take a look at Twin Loup and Overton, see if we get a matchup there. And it looks like they will report to the table, and we'll have a match coming up between Twin Loup and Overton at 113 pounds.
At 113, for Twin Loup, it's David Schweitzer, and for Overton, Austin Kennicott.
So Kennicott of Overton, the sophomore. David Schweitzer of Twin Loup, he's the freshman. Schweitzer in on a double leg right now. Fended off there. Looks like Kennicott's had a little trouble with the shoulder. He's got that wrap on there, and just helps keep things in place. 30 seconds into the match. There's no score here. Wrestlers tied up ear to ear, and nice shot again by Schweitzer. You see a warning for stalling on Kennicott. Schweitzer trying to pull that leg in, rolls his hips. Persistence pays off, and he gets his 2-point takedown. So he got the 2-point takedown, but he also got the warning on Kennicott for stalling. So Austin's going to have to stay busy underneath. Austin Kennicott, good job coming up to his feet, winds out, gets his one. 2-1. It's a lead for David Schweitzer of Twin Loup. We'll see if David's able to get back in on that shot again. He's been able to reach that. There he comes. That time, the sprawl fended it off, but I like that. He came right, Schweitzer didn't give up on it, just came right back in on it. And again, persistence pays off, and he gets that 2-point takedown. Really like that shot there. After the initial one was fended off, he came up and went right back at it. So it's a 4-1 lead, Schweitzer. He's got the left-hand half in, but he's going to have to hop over on this side of the half. There he comes. See if he's able to pressure that. Kennicott's trying to reach up and get that off his head. And Austin Kennicott up to his base. Schweitzer switches sides, tries to go to the half, but he runs out of time. But a good period for David Schweitzer of Twin Loup as he takes a 4-1 lead. This is 113-pound action. You know, that's a good lesson for young wrestlers, anybody. You know, he took that shot, didn't get it, but he had gotten it earlier. Sometimes when guys break out of those situations, they have a tendency to relax a little bit. Went right back in there and got it, you know. Believe in your shot, have a good shot. That takedown is so important. There you see that left-hand half in. We'll see if Kennicott's able to fight that off. You set the tone of the match when you get that takedown, and obviously you're not playing catch-up the whole match.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be pretty tough for Kennicott to come out of. We'll see if he's able to get himself off the mat, but not going to happen. Nice match for David Schweitzer of Twin Loup there. He was definitely the aggressor. Ended up getting the fall with 1:19 remaining second period.
So Twin Loup gets the win by fall at 113 pounds. And so we'll move to 120 now. And as we go to 120, we'll see. Okay, so Paxton, who was wrestling at 113, he moves up to 120 because Ansley Litchfield unopposed there. So Paxton coming out, moving up to that weight class, allows Mullen to get the 6 points. And now the score in that duel starts to kind of inch a little bit closer as Paxton gets the 6, and now your duel score is 36-27 with Ansley Litchfield winning over Mullen. Meanwhile, Twin Loup continuing to add to their total in their duel against Overton as they'll be unopposed at 120 as well and get the 6 there. So we've got just 3 weight classes remaining. We started at 145, leaves us with 126, 132, and 138 to go. And Mullen and Ansley Litchfield both open at 126, so there won't be a match there. And we'll take a look at Twin Loup and Overton. And it looks like we are going to get a match here at 126 between the Wolves and the Eagles, as Twin Loup and Overton will come out on the mat. And we'll turn it over to Coach Crowley again to describe the action for you.
Hector Estrada out there for Twin Loup. Wrestling Dominic Kyle of Overton. 126-pounders. Estrada with the pressure on the head and has a single leg up here. We'll see if he's able to score this. He's got the leg up. Just don't panic. Don't get in a big hurry. Now the leg goes down. You get that leg up, you got to kind of take your time and keep the thing tight. And sounds easy, doesn't it? So Kyle comes in there, in on the leg. Estrada's trying to cover the head. We'll see if Kyle can stay on his toes and keep circling. There he drives in. Estrada gets his hips back up. See the head post circle. Estrada, though, now cross faces. He's got the ankle. Now he needs to move his feet. He needs to get things going. Kyle gets that foot back down on the mat, though. He's dropped down. Estrada covers those arms. Oh, a little short fireman's nice. That was a nice move by Kyle. You see he goes right into the half, adjusts to his reverse half. Estrada's doing a good job trying to fight that arm underneath, and he does. See the 2 points awarded. So it's a 4-0 lead for Dominic Kyle. Estrada's got to build himself up here. Even though he's on the edge of the mat, now he's just kind of crawling off. And that's a good call. It's a warning for stalling. Oh, and Kyle just let him up. I think he thought that everything just kind of stopped there. He got off. He didn't need to just get off. Gave up the one. And Kyle just kind of gave that 1 point to Estrada there. Estrada was obviously crawling off. That's what gave him the warning. So it's a 4-1 lead. Sophomore for the Overton Eagles. Estrada, freshman for Twin Loup. So these guys they're still learning the ropes. They probably find themselves in some situations once in a while they hadn't been used to. It's a 4-1 lead for Kyle of Overton. Good job there by Hector. Hector able to come out and score one. Oh, nice little ankle pick. Kyle drops down, catches Estrada a little flat-footed, picks the ankle, gets the takedown, and then goes right into trying to get the turn. He's got that wing in, things threaded. Estrada's trying to roll through. That's going to be just about the end of it. Your winner by fall, Dominic Kyle of Overton over Twin Loups, Hector Estrada.
So Kyle able to pick up the 6 points for Overton in the dual score as he wins by fall. And we come now to our final two weight classes of the night, 132 and 138. And we'll go to 132 pounds as we'll bring Mullen and Ansley Litchfield out onto the mat.
At 132.
Both teams with a representative in this weight class, so it'll be the Spartans and the Broncos on the mat at 132 pounds.
Chase Gracie.
Chase Gracie of Mullen. Dylan Stark out there for Ansley Litchfield. Oh, nice double there by Gracie, if he can follow it up. Keeps his feet moving, keeps working into it. Scores his 2 points. Chase Gracie, 2-point takedown. And we've seen Chase in this position, able to get that crossbody right in, trying to use those long limbs to his advantage. Oh, nice job there, rolling right on through, and this is tight. Good job there by Chase.
So Gracie of Mullen gets the win by fall. 6 more points for Mullen there. And we'll go to the scoring and the dual score. We'll get it for you here in a second if I can punch all the right buttons. And with Gracie winning by fall, that now makes it Ansley Litchfield 36, Mullen 33, going to the final weight class for them at 138. And I would assume that Mullen would move, since Gracie wrestled at 132, you'll probably see Durfee at 138 for Mullen. And for Ansley Litchfield, looking at the program, well, they show open, unless they were to move somebody up there. So we'll see.
I don't see anybody coming out.
Nope.
At
138, sorry. So Mullen at 138 is going to get a forfeit there, and with the forfeit, that's actually going to put Mullen in front in the team score in the duel, and so Mullen's going to end up winning the duel.
Should be, what, 39-36?
Yeah.
Yep, that's where a little bit of depth can come in, change a match here, changes the whole duel.
So good effort between Ansley Litchfield and Mullen, as Mullen is able to win the duel 39-36. We got one match left. It'll be between Twin Loup and Overton, and here's Kirk to take you through it.
Cinch Kiger of Overton Wrestling, Keaton Dowse of Twin Loup. And we've watched Kiger tonight. He's been a tough customer for the Eagles. Dowse trying to come around the corner here, and that whizzer of Kiger's there saved him. Body lock by Dowse, but I don't know if he can get his hips rolled in, get anything done with it. We'll see. He's got those hands locked, but Kiger's not letting him in. He's forcing the head away, as you can see. We're going to go out of bounds. No points accomplished for either wrestler.
Mullen wins 39-36.
Minute 15 here in the first period remaining. Dowse catches Kiger coming in. We'll see if he's able to do anything with this. See if he tries to pop him down, come around. Move your feet a little bit. Not quite able to get around the corner there for Kiger. And now Dowse is in on the leg. Let's see if he's able to force himself in. Oh, that's a front quarter. Nice job there by Kiger, forcing that front quarter in. Tucked the head, came around, got his two. And we've seen Cinch Kiger able to counter some things in his matches tonight. He's been tough. Cradle's hooked up. We'll see if he can rock him back. "14 seconds. We'll see if Keaton can score off the bottom. Right now he's just kind of holding his spot. And Kiger's going to be happy. He's got that 2-0 lead launching over. Period's going to run out with that 2-0 lead for Kiger. So Cinch Kiger with the takedown. He's got the lead. Keaton Dowse goes to that bottom position. You see Kiger working on that near arm. Dowse reaching back for that leg. I don't know if he's able to do much with that. See, Kiger kind of like to run a head lever there. He gets the wrist tucked back, drives the head in. He's got a hammer there. That arm up on the back. Comes with the crossface. Still has the hammer. We'll see what he wants to do with that. There was a spot opened up there when Dowse kind of tipped his hip. Still opens up. And there comes the thread. We'll see if Cinch comes around, catches the head, and he does. It's going to be pretty tight. Now he's in a good position here. Kiger is. He's got over a minute, middle of the mat. He just needs to settle down, and there he goes. Cinch Kiger with a pin in what should be the last match of the night. Am I right on that, Brent?
That was it, my friend. Yeah. And so Overton gets the 6 on the pin by Cinch Kiger. And that'll make your final score in the Twin Loup Overton duel, Twin Loup 48 and Overton 18. So we'll take you back and just quickly recap the duel scores from the night. In round one, Ansley Litchfield over Overton, 39-18. Twin Loup winning over Mullen, 39-30 in their duel earlier tonight. Twin Loup then defeated Ansley Litchfield 48-36. It was Mullen over Overton, 36-12. And then in the final round of duels, Ansley Litchfield falling to Mullen as Mullen was able to come back and win at 39-36. And then as we just saw, Twin Loup winning over Overton 48-18. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage. We appreciate you folks hanging with us on our live video stream for coverage of high school wrestling tonight. Kirk enjoyed it, and, well, I guess for you and I, wrestling-wise, that's it until next year. So happy holidays to you and your family. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in 2021.
Yeah, hopefully I won't have to go on one of those crash diets and try to get rid of the 20 pounds that are probably going to come on here in the next week or two.
Hey, don't worry about it. You're just a wrestling announcer now. You don't have to make weight.
Oh, well,
okay?
I can make it. Trust me, Brent. I can make it.
All right. Hey, big thanks and a great shout-out to our good friend Jeremy Shipe. He was with us through the night, and he was the one that ran the video camera and made it possible for you to watch it tonight on our live video stream. Big thanks to all of the sponsors who made our radio coverage as well as our video coverage possible tonight. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks for watching, everybody. For Jeremy Shipe and Kurt Crowley, I'm Brent Apperson. Happy holidays.